Yes.
Hello.
Hello, boys and girls.
I won my court case.
I know.
Well, come on then, give us the details. Don't be shy.
Well, the most exciting thing happened. The notary stamped it, and I mailed it. I know it doesn't seem that exciting, does it?
And is that the end of it? Do you get like a golden letter?
No, that's it. That's all you get.
Oh.
That's all that happens. I mean, I don't know. I was hoping for a gavel.
So you didn't hear anything from your other notices. So you've just sent a statutory notice of default judgment.
Yes.
So it's over then.
That's right. Hooray! Thanks a lot.
Selena, can you turn it down a bit?
Yes, it worked very well.
Selena,
Very,
can you turn?
very exciting. I need to get some drinks. Baking. Oh, back in 2 minutes. Yeah.
More important news: we need to devise a way to keep broadcasting in lieu of the what's his name Lieberman bill that just got passed.
What's the bill?
Hang on a moment, I will let you in on the secret. Where we are? Let's have a look.
But I never knew just how much it cost her. But each time I slipped beside her, something turned and tossed her.
It's the Kerry Lieberman bill. They're going to put, if you want to connect to the internet in the US very shortly, you will have to buy one of these little home boxes that you feed through so that they can track you, record you, do everything, block any sites they don't like.
Oh, they can forget that.
Well, you won't be able to connect to the internet apparently without one of these little boxes, because it will encrypt the signal going out to the ISPs into the net, and if you don't have the right encryption, you won't be able to get on there.
Oh my. Well, I really think that it's going to cause a lot of undue deaths and stuff all over the country. I don't think they want to try this. I won't. I mean, I'm sure it won't be me doing it. But.
Well,
Americans don't take a lot of crap.
it seems that you will be fed with government propaganda all the time over this little connection.
Yeah. Apparently these government officials have a lead deficiency.
Well, a brain cell deficiency, certainly.
Yeah. Well. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon. Another little item of news.
Yeah, I want to find. I mean, I don't see an article about this. I see EPA with Kerry Lieberman. Let me type in the word internet to go with it. Did that idiot sign it? He's not the president.
I don't know whether it's been signed or not.
Right at the moment. American Power and Hope, they call it. That's the EPA bill.
Oh no, the EPA bill is the one. Is this thing that is going to sneak through the cap and trade, isn't it?
Yeah.
So you won't be able to afford the electricity to power up your computers. Never mind, go on the net.
Yeah. But Americans have a lot of bullets. All over the country. One thing they stocked up on. Oh, here we go. The grand plan is to control your internet. Ah.
Take the Greyhound.
Of course.
It's a doggone easy way to get you down.
Is that really? Is that in the EPA bill?
I'm tired of watching this night go by. So
I think they call it
We can't
The net-
understand you.
the Internet Security Bill or something they call it.
returns my smile. She reminds me of someone I know back home.
I'm still trying to find it. I read it this morning. Only this morning I read it. I can't remember which site I read it on.
Well, if it's dangerous or whatever, I'm sure it's hidden. Here we go. The FCC's grand plan to control your TV, internet, and phone. Is that it?
Yeah, that's the one.
I think this is it.
Take the Greyhound. It's a doggone
They can just forget this.
easy way to get you
I recommend that. They forget it. They can just, pretend they're not doing it, then don't do it.
at the red.
Because it's going to cost us so hard. I'm one of the more sane Americans, even though we're all crazy. I can't account for the many, many, many crazy people in this country who are going to just go and nail them.
Coffee's tasting time. My eyes roll over dead.
I'm back. I just had to get some tea.
I listened to that Gary Bell last night. I like that.
Oh yeah.
I was kind of put him down before, and I was in so much pain with my eyeball again, which I am today too. Stupidly, I'm getting new contacts. I'm getting different ones.
Yeah.
But I like that. He was actually very good.
Yeah. It was
Maggot, what was that Marillion reference that you gave yesterday?
Kaylee?
Hey, Kaylee.
The song.
Sorry.
It is indeed too late to say you're sorry.
I'm always amused when I find other Marillion fans out there.
Yeah, it's just like the video was really bad. I mean, their hair is awful. It really put me off. I sent a link to the video. If you ignore the bad hair, well, just listen to the song. Don't watch the video. It's just awful, worst sort of 80s hair you can imagine.
Kaylee is the video.
Yeah, a video by Marillion.
What is that? Is it a good song?
Yeah.
Marillion's a really great band, actually. I'd love to have a whole show with their music in the background. They're really
I'll
British.
download it.
Yeah, it's surprisingly good, but I thought it was like Phil Collins and stuff. I thought it was like Genesis or something. I thought, oh, this is like Genesis, but a really good version, like their earlier stuff. I mean, does it sound like that to you, Don, at all? Like a bit like Genesis? I think it's maybe the singer. Reminds me of Phil Collins.
Well, no, the real Genesis is not Phil Collins. It's Peter Gabriel.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, that's the original, isn't it? And then,
It depends whether it's early Marillion or later Marillion, because they wound up actually having two lead vocalists. So one of them definitely does have that kind of Genesis sound to it, but the other one tends to be a little bit more of a late 80s rock sound to his voice. So it depends.
Right.
You get the album 6 of one, half dozen of the other. That gives you 6 songs with the one singer and 6 songs with the other singer. And it's a really good sampling of the broad base of their sound. It's good music.
yeah. Shame about the really bad hair.
Well, it was the 80s. What can you do?
Yeah.
He's such a wasteland.
80s.
It is. It's just hair. Just like, where were the hairdressers? I don't know. Just where was the hairstyle?
Sure.
A few bands just kind of escaped from it. The worst ones. Just like Depeche Mode and stuff like that didn't have really awful hair.
Well, again, gotta love the 80s, right?
Yeah.
Well, welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to Tuesday's edition of American Freeman on the World Freeman Radio Network. I am your host, Don of the Family Perry. With me is, as always, Evstratios, our responsible party, Maggot, our reflective party, and CC, our redacting party. So,
I won my court case.
yeah, well, I wanted to get into that and talk about that and let you have the opportunity to explain to us exactly what went on and how it all finished out for you there. So unless you've got something else to get into right away, why don't you let us know what happened with that?
Well, we covered it a little bit before you got on, but
Oh, okay.
I got my paper stamped. It was very exciting. The paper was stamped by the notary. It was let me get it out here. A notice of estoppel, automatic statutory judgment on right to enter. The right to enter apartment A13 by the health department, the landlord, the landlord's agent, or the police. Access is denied except for valid emergency. Further, a lien on the bonds of the health department, the landlord, the landlord's agents, and the police in the amount of $3,300 per incident per agency or department will be claimed as of right. The landlord's right of action is limited to the terms and provisions of the contract tenancy agreement. Obstructive constitutive radius. Stamped, stamped, stamped. That's right. That's right. Super stamped.
What did the notary say to you when he read it?
She was the younger one at the bank. The older one is the one I go to normally. And she was very excited because she'd heard about from the other notary about that she could be a judge. And she said, "Am I a judge now?" And I said, "Yes." So she's a judge.
Isn't it nice when they suddenly realize exactly the level of power that they really have?
Well, they find, you hand them power, they finally get excited.
So, you won't be receiving a visit for the landlord agents or the police or
No.
the health authority for some time long into the future.
No, I won't be hearing from them.
Well, they may still contact you and request a visit, but then, of course, you can deny them access, or you can say, "On this one time, yes, but no more." If you want to come and inspect, then it's on my terms when I'm ready, and I'm not going to be ready till 2050. So come back then.
Yeah, I'm not interested in being inspected.
Yeah. Come back in 2050.
Yeah.
If you're still living there.
Yeah.
Somebody just said in the chat room, "Get laid, you maggot." in a computer game. Totally unrelated.
Well, thank you for that.
Yeah. Thanks for the moral support, random stranger. Yeah, it's Atlantic Online. It's one of the little chat room thing they have in there in the game. Oh, yeah.
Well, now I'm excited for both of you.
Well, yes. I'm very happy for I'm too charming.
Well, good for you, Lenny. That's fantastic. It's nice to know.
Very exciting.
Well, and after all the time you've taking emergency phone call, helping people and doing things for them, and getting stuff set, ready, and making sure that they have that, actually be able to use these processes for yourself and come to a.
Well, it's lifted the young man's spirits.
Yes.
He was getting stressed out with it.
Right.
Vodka can lift your spirits.
Now there's that weight lifted off your shoulders. There we go.
Yeah.
Life can be interesting again without worry.
Yeah.
Right.
The only thing we have to worry about now is World War III.
Yeah, we still have to write a notice of understanding intent for the World Freeman Society. For process and remedy.
Agreed. So we look forward to that and finding out what the result out of that is, and there may be some people out there who listen to this show and go, "Well, why would you want to do that?" and everything else. If there isn't accountability held on the people who are perpetrating fraud, whether or not they realize it's fraud, there's not going to be any real remedy available to anyone else, because people start pouncing on whatever they can to disprove whatever they want to. And the last thing that we want in this world is for people to be able to go, "Oh yeah, well, you see, I found out that they did this, and that means everything's just a whole bunch of bullshit," even if it isn't true. I mean, that's the problem with the internet, is that as soon as something's out there, people assume that it's true even without any kind of evidentiary backing to it. So,
well, this is the third victory in as many weeks. Less than that, in 2 weeks.
Yeah.
I noticed a chat that you had earlier today with Evan Spencer. CC, you want to share some of that information with us?
Well, of course. He received a zero balance from the New York Housing Authority's lawyers. So now he's sending a demand for a conveyance of title raised by those lawyers to convey the title to the property to himself. Being as he now owes them no money, he's obviously paid for it, hasn't he? So,
Right.
send us the title.
That's my favorite of the cases that we started. His case was important.
Yeah, well, it shows that you don't have to use this accepted for value or UCC. You can actually attack them at their base using their own statutory rules and regulations. You know, if you do it the right way, you can tie them up in knots.
Right.
And use a statutory notice of default. Bump. They can't do anything about it. That's the decision. That's the law. Well, now I paid for it. Come on, boys, send me the title, so I can have the deeds. You know, convey the title to me, and I now own it. Thank you very much.
Now,
Right, that's sick for him to have paid all that in there and gotten zero out of it. I mean, it's time for them to pay up. Give up that deed.
well, it's akin to the whole idea of having to pay car insurance, and you never get into an accident. And you
It's
never
not
have
akin to that. He bought the property. They gave him nothing.
Really? I didn't realize you bought the property.
That's what that is. It turned into a condo. You buy the four walls, on the inside. It's not a rental. That was the whole
He
point.
was on a lease purchase scheme, which they fraudulently converted and sold to another company, and that's possibly why they'd never paid any land tax on it either. They didn't want to go to court, so when we've been noticing them, basically this is a notice, blah blah blah. You can take us to court if you wish, but if you do, then there's this problem and this problem. What do you want to do about it? And that's basically, without saying we're going to expose the fraud. We just let them know that we were. If it went to court, and then suddenly we get this statement from the New York Housing Authority's attorneys and lawyers saying, well, the balance is now zero. Well, if the balance is zero, he's finished paying for it. So come on, boys, send the title.
Bingo.
That's precisely what he's now. I gave him some indications as how to word his final notice to demand the title conveyance to hand the title of for the property over to him, and he's given him a time limit, usually 6 weeks. They have to still go through the legal process. I mean, they want to make sure that if they do it right, that the New York authorities aren't going to knock it down or buy it on eminent domain or something like that, or any other little juicy bits that they can do with it. But if they're not, it usually takes about 6 weeks to get a conveyance done. Boom, job finished. He'll then be the proud owner of a little condo in New York.
That's amazing.
I didn't mention though, can he afford the ground rent? Because this is New York after all. The property taxes, ground rent.
Well, it's Harlem.
Basically,
It is
Is it
Harlem.
Can't be that bad then.
Yeah.
Although Bill Clinton doesn't own offices there, so maybe they were trying to jack the prices up. Possible.
so that's victory number. Actually, I think it's only a week. We've had 3 victories, 3 positive outcomes. I won't call them victories yet. Positive outcomes.
Yeah, because it was this Friday will be 2 weeks ago that they showed up at Lenny's door trying to get in. And in that time, we've had Lenny vindicated, Evan vindicated, and Matt G vindicated.
Yep.
It's too bad this radio show isn't helping anyone.
Yeah. It's just a scam.
Right. Totally. So that's awesome. That's fantastic. That's reason to celebrate. Absolutely.
It's too early in the day for a beer.
Yeah.
Oh, sure. Not too early for rum.
Oh well, my nearest and dearest has just mentioned it's not too early in the day for a nice cool martini.
There you go. Now, do a vodka or a gin martini drinker?
I believe it's vodka.
Good man. Good man.
So, life goes on. Anybody who needs assistance, give us a call.
We are definitely here to help.
We're on it. We're on a roll. So, have we managed to get hold of We Are Change LA yet?
I have not heard anything else back from them. I've contacted them 2 or 3 times. I think the hesitation probably stems from their association with Alex Jones. You know, they're...
Alex Jones is very against these concepts.
Well, right. Exactly. Even when he has people on air with him who support or seem to be in support of some of these concepts, it still turns into a rather, Alex attacks them for, well, it seems to me like you're trying to get these people to go ahead and do something that'll get them locked up in jail. And
Yeah, rise up and revolt with arms.
Right, exactly. And what we're trying to do is we're trying to spread the truth of how Rand Paul needs to be the next senator.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, because, we need to put
Yeah,
Israel in charge.
Yeah, well, let's exchange one set of crooks for another set of crooks.
Yeah.
Right.
But they're the chosen crooks.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, the chosen crooks.
Yeah.
Right.
God's chosen crooks.
Yeah.
So I am still trying to pursue that, but, the guy's trials can be so far off. And, unfortunately, once again, it's all about gotta find a lawyer, gotta be defended by a lawyer, gotta have a lawyer. In fact, I go into Consent every once in a while and I find all these documents and all these books, like what to do if a federal agent comes knocking at your door, different methods of how to take care of certain things that seem to be Freeman related, and they almost all to a T, the first thing that they mention is you have a right to remain silent and you have the right to an attorney. And all I can think of is when I read that in the first 2 pages is go, well, this is a waste of my time.
Now, I wrote to that Schaefer Cox. Have you heard of him? In Alaska?
Mm-mm.
He's really great. You need to see his video. And his people, he's now running for Congress or something, so they gave me his cell phone number to call him directly.
Really?
And I need some brave souls to help me out.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I don't want to call directly.
I'm a brave soul. What do I need to do?
I'll give you the number.
Do that.
He's very interested in talking with us, actually.
Oh, excellent.
He's Mr. Freeman. I mean, it's pretty cool. It's this Alaska thing, and let me get the name of his great movie so people can see it. It's really great, actually.
Okay.
It's just him talking, actually. But when you hear this guy's logic is really something.
It's not a name I'm familiar with before. It's not something that I found in any of my searches, so I'm intrigued.
What was the name again?
Schaefer Cox.
Schaefer Cox.
No, it's not a name I've come across. Of course, Alaska is a big state.
Yeah.
With about half a dozen people living there.
Right.
Population very
Here we
small.
go. The Solution, the Future of the Liberty Movement. Schaefer Cox. And you might as well look for the name of the movie first because the spelling of his name is really quite something.
The Future of the Liberty Movement.
I'm going to paste it in.
Google video, YouTube, stuff like that?
Yeah. It's a YouTube, but it's somebody with a director account because it's all in one piece.
Oh, nice.
It's really long, but it's in one piece.
Interesting. I'll have to check it out. I just stumbled across something on YouTube earlier today called The Shadow Government. I started watching part of that, and apparently that came out in 2009.
Yeah, cool.
Oh, you mean William Cooper?
It's based on a book. It doesn't reference who wrote the book, but yeah, it's The Shadow Government, and I don't even remember the name of the YouTube channel that was posting it in parts or anything. Let's Get Free or Get Free Now or something like that. But I started watching part of that, and that seemed really, really interesting. But then I saw it was 2009, and I was like, well, probably a lot of people see it. I've heard of Schaefer Cox. What's his story?
There was not much more for us to talk about. Whatever we had.
Well, that's fascinating. Fascinating.
So I turned my
Really? You don't say.
to the driveway, past the gate and the fine trim lawn.
He's psychic.
Right.
And she
I'm hearing answers that aren't even real. Probably reading a lot of feedback, right?
Yeah.
and she had me $20 for a
Vicious Monster indicated he wants tuna, and as his servant, I have to get on it.
Right. Of course.
How does he indicate that? There's a light flash on his head.
No, he's quite communicative for a cat, which is really something. He's Mr. Signals, blinking one eye or the other eye. I mean, he really, each eye has a different meaning. I mean, it's very specific.
That's fun stuff.
I've been helping your friend Annie and Jason Michael in New York, batting back a silly ticket.
Yeah.
Policeman stopped her on the road. I think I told you about it, where apparently her wheels crossed the white edge line of the road while she was looking for an exit that was coming up. But anyway, and he stopped her and then found something wrong with her registration or whatever. So we've sent back the ticket because we recognise it as a transaction of a security interest, and it's not her property. So here it is, returned to you.
Yep. The friend of his who had gotten that ticket and was knocked off his skateboard by a bike cop.
Oh, yeah.
Yep. So he's returned that to the police headquarters then, as not property?
Yeah. You understand that the ticket to be a transaction of a security interest, and that interest is not yours, so you're being a good citizen and returning it to its rightful owner.
It's really sad.
We're also claiming, you see, of course, if I've told her how to claim, he didn't have just cause to stop her. There's no ordinance. We've searched. There's no ordinance or bylaw or traffic law that says putting a wheel over the white line is an offence. It ain't. So he had no just cause to stop her in the first place. So that was a fraudulent stop, and whatever was he found after that fraudulent stop was based on a fraud, and it has to be knocked back. It doesn't invoke the jurisdiction of the court because it commenced with a fraud. So this is a fraud masquerading as a valid complaint, and that doesn't invoke the jurisdiction of the court. So that's what we've battered back to them as well.
It's an invalid search and seizure at that point, isn't it?
Yes, invalid. Yeah, an invalid arrest. Actually, it says on the ticket. It did say arrest.
Interesting.
So for that time, when they were filling the ticket out and talking, Annie was in detention, which means she was under arrest. He hadn't said the words arrest, but there it is on the ticket. So be aware that as soon as the ticket is being bandied around, you have the right to remain silent. If you wish to remain silent, of course. You could always ask him for his badge number, his bond number, and what have you, the policeman.
Business card. There's three things you have to get from him.
Yep.
Badge, business card, and ID.
Yep. ID. Yeah. And they all have to match. And if they don't, or they fail to produce any one of the three, they're out of uniform and have absolutely zero jurisdiction for any purpose.
And are unable, for lack of authority, to make an arrest. Not that they won't tase you anyway.
Right. Welcome to America.
Welcome to the Americas. Yep. Anyway, so we are awaiting. I'm awaiting to hear to see what the result of returning the ticket and claiming it as a fraudulent arrest.
Well, that should be exciting to find out, because if that pans out, that's 4 in so many weeks.
Yeah, well, that was done. Let me just have a look. When was that done?
Last week sometime. Maybe the week before.
Yeah.
Had to have been early last week or the week beforehand. I'm not sure exactly which show we talked to him on. Or when he actually did it afterwards. But
We started it, and the date is Saturday, 19th of June. So it's only last week, just last week. Yeah, that's when we started the actual work. Yeah, there we go.
And today's the 22nd, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay, so started doing that whole process about 4 days ago.
So we only have to wait a few more days, and we send off a estoppel statutory default judgment, and that one's battered away
Gotta love it.
into oblivion.
Still nice to put people into.
I really like seeing Constantine on these documents, you know? My middle name?
Does it make you feel emperorish?
Well, just it's more powerful, I think. I like using the whole name.
I just think the use of your first name is intimidating enough to most people.
Mm-hmm.
So, that's the thing.
F. Stratius, it seems like a layer of rock.
Yeah.
What does it mean, good soldier or something?
It's the Archangel Michael. Yeah, literally it means good soldier.
Just F. Stratius means good soldier.
The Ev is good and Stratius is soldier.
Okay.
If he was bad soldier, it'd be Distratius.
Right. Well, just real briefly, even though I know she won't ever listen to this or anything, it is my 8-year anniversary today, so I just want to say happy anniversary to my life. Even though
Oh yeah, and also Glenn Keely's announcing he's getting married today as well.
wow.
Well, my dear daughter bought me a super duper webcam. It's ever so tiny. It's a little. It's smaller than a box of matches, but the picture is brilliant, and it's got 4 red emitters of infrared, and even in pitch black. It gives a black and white because it doesn't have the grayscale converters, but brilliant picture. I think we need one of those connected to a recorder in a court of law. And the depth of focus is unbelievable. Everything right across to 25 feet away to the other side of the room stays in focus, even though it's focusing on my face. Everything behind me, right across the room, is still in focus. It's brilliant. I just love it.
Wow. That's fantastic.
Just as we're going to... Yeah, sorry. So I get a right nice piece of kit like that just as they're about to close the internet.
Yeah, right, exactly. Just before they institute a crackdown.
Well, you see how forethinking and prepared I am. I've downloaded the whole internet myself. I don't need that.
Lenny's also
Well, you-
prepared at this point.
I
You
am
just
YouTube.
navigated up to the top. You just like used an Explorer and went up to the top and went. You've found an icon called the Internet, and then you right-clicked on it and clicked download. Download of Internet may take some time.
It did. It took a long time.
Estimated file size is 156 terabytes, whatever it is, petabytes.
Estimated time of completion, 12 years, 7 months, 8 days, 3 hours, and 2 minutes.
Yeah. You can watch it.
Unfortunately, the growth of the internet outstrips your download speed, so you're never going to get it all down.
Well, that's why we need that huge 4 terabyte computer, right?
Well, I skipped a few things, flash dance and things like that.
Just prioritising the porn.
Yeah, I just got the good stuff.
So you only got the original Debbie Does Dallas, not the Debbie Does Dallas edition. Oh, that's good.
You have to go to the Isoclante news group. That's the best one.
Did you get Houston 501, but where she becomes a priest at the end?
Wow, I'll have to look for that.
She gets done by a priest. Those guys are priests. God bless you, my child.
So, I had a question. I've been reading through this Notorial Protest Manual that I sent you guys the other day. And it has a section in it in which it says, avoiding pitfalls and errors. And the section says, errors will place you into unintended dishonor. Remember that dishonor equals loss equals a debtor. Errors generally fall into 2 types of categories. Number 1, uncorrected errors in either procedure or substance. Number 2, incorrect use of phrases and terms or making statements of argument. And then it lists 3, 6, 9, 12 different statements, 12 different things that you can do as incorrect use of phrases or terms. The first is unacceptable, which makes sense. No good, fraudulent, prima facie evidence, non-meritorious. And then the 6th one is I don't understand.
But I don't.
Well, and I guess I don't understand how that could be an incorrect usage of phraseology or language, unless, of course, you don't understand.
Well, you see, the thing is, you are using a notary, which is a statutory office in this, what you like, the world of the law society, in that society, and you don't understand. Well, how can you use something you don't understand?
Gotcha. You can only use the term I do not understand in reference to specifically addressed questions or words or phrases directed absolutely at you.
Yes, but if you are directing them at someone else, you cannot say I don't understand.
Okay.
Well, because you're using something that actually you are standing under.
Right. Right, because if you're using a notary for dischargement or sending your notices or whatever else, you have to understand how that process works, otherwise you basically handicap yourself then. Would that be a correct statement?
Yeah, because you are using a system, you're saying, and that you don't understand. Well, how can that be?
Like pulling out a gun and saying, I don't know how to use this while you're pulling the trigger.
Yes.
Gotcha. Okay. Well, and that just struck me as odd last night while I was reading it, and I wanted to mention that because anyone that might come across that document, read it. Understand. That
You know, like one of the things when we were running through some of Lenny's notices, like I should or I will, or that's, you don't use those words. You just give them straight facts. Notice of when we send in the notice of statutory default judgment, it's just notified. This is statutory default judgment. This is the case. And you're not saying maybe, if. You're saying it is. This is it. That's a fact. This is it. This is what I'm going to charge you, these agencies, for messing with me again. $3,300 per agency, per event. I mean, we could have made them individually and severally liable. So if anyone turned up, you could have made them all liable for the fee.
Ooh, which brings me to an interesting.
Well, they're acting in concert. You see, if they're acting in concert, then it's a partnership, and a partner is a partnership means that any one of the partners is liable for the debts of the whole partnership.
Right.
Yeah.
The reason for using an LLC as opposed to a DBA. But that brings me to an interesting question for you, Lenny. What kind of a fee schedule are you going to utilize against them, considering that they
$3,300?
Yeah.
We've already designated the fee of $3,300 per agency per incident.
Per person per incident?
Yeah.
Now, are you going after the police department that showed up too, or not?
Yes.
Even though they admitted that they had no jurisdiction and no part to play and left voluntarily on their own?
Oh yeah, of course.
They were still intimidating me the whole time they were trying to open the door.
Okay. Just asking, just checking.
Yeah, they turned up intending to create mischief and what have you, intimidation. So there you go, boys. If they'd have, you see, they have a duty of care, and they should have looked at that thing and said, "We don't need to be involved in this. This is a private matter between a person who lives at apartment 13A and the landlord's stroke or health department." I mean, it was the whole thing was contrived to get the landlord and what have you in, and then force the census on him. That was the whole thing.
Right. Well, sure, of course. It was designed so that they could enter the apartment and take an actual accounting of who lives there and what their boxer colors, their boxer shorts color was. And
yeah, well, I mean, while they were outside the door and they said, what's your full name and date of birth, Lenny was going to say, I'm not obliged to tell you that. So, sorry, Mr. Policeman, you can't taser me because you're that side of the door and I'm this side of the door. You can't force compliance.
Go ahead and tase my door.
Yeah.
It won't, Mom.
It won't feel a thing, I assure you.
That wood's been dead for years. Or metal or whatever you're doing.
So basically what we've done now is permanently locked them the other side of that door with that default judgment.
Well, I think that's fantastic, the whole, unless it's a specific emergency.
Yep, valid emergency.
Mm-hmm.
Like the house is burning down, we've got to get you out, we can break your front door down. But that, other than that, sorry. That style of an emergency, then it's, go away and play with yourselves, boys and girls. I've got this judgment here, look at this judgment.
Bum, bum, bum. Well, good. Good for you. So that's, they had 4 people show up, $3,300 a head. You're going to come out pretty good there.
Well, if they try it again, yeah.
You can't backcharge them for the duress and everything they've already done. When they're to police
Well,
officers.
no, you hadn't noticed them of your there was no judgment against him. All he'd noticed him was his his denial of consent. Yeah. Okay, they tried to breach that. They tried to breach the terms of the rental agreement. You know, the contract. They didn't manage it. Now you see, though, he's now got his claim of right and his claim of a fee schedule. So, and the fee schedule is $3,300 per agency per agent. You know, per incident. So, if 4 people turn up, that's 4 times $3,300. If 6 people turn up, that's 6 times $3,300. And because he's put a lien as a judgment on their bonds. All he has to do, if they do turn up, is collect that lien. He's not going to collect it yet, but if they turn up again, he just collects that lien on their bond.
When it holds the one you care for, it becomes a different place. And I never felt so far from alone.
Well, you see, Lenny, at this point, you have now changed from being a hope person to a wish person. You see, before, you were, I hope no one shows up to my door. I hope they don't come and knock on my door. I hope they don't try to enter my apartment. And now you're, I wish they would show up. I wish they would come to my door right now. Come on. Come on.
I don't wish for that at all.
$100. Come on.
Half the time I'm talking, I got the microphone turned off. No, I don't wish for that. Thank you. I want them out. I want them gone. Get out.
Well, sure.
No further interaction needed
That's
or
right.
wanted.
The difference now, of course, being that you don't have to hope that they don't show up.
Oh no, I don't wish for them to come.
Okay, wish not in the sense that you really want them there, but wish in the sense that you really know that if they do, you don't have to worry about it. I don't think you're sitting there going, come on guys, show up my front door, come on.
No.
I want money or anything.
No way. Get out.
But if I had something like that, I'd wake up every morning going, I wonder if they'll try and show up today. I really wish they would. I've got my eye on this new DVD player in the store that I passed the other day. It'd be nice if they bought that for
Only
me.
a DIVX player. That's all I want. I already got 2.
But that's exciting. You seem far more relaxed and far more at peace with the whole situation.
No, I'm in tremendous pain. My eye again.
No.
I have to keep turning the microphone off so I can scream.
Is it okay if I scream just up until the point where you say action?
I gotta
Well,
get
that's
different contacts. These new ones are terrible.
That's unfortunate.
You take a small nap on these things, and it's the end of you for 2 days.
Yeah. I am very, very glad that I have never had to wear glasses or have contacts.
Well,
so.
see, the other ones I had, you could just do whatever you wanted. I mean, it wasn't a big deal. This new type, I don't know, they're just so touchy. And they bite back, I don't know.
That's unfortunate. Very unfortunate. Any other great news going on out there, ladies and gentlemen? Obviously, I
Well,
can't.
this internet bill is a big deal, and I think we should figure it out, because that's really bad wrong.
Do we have a copy anywhere of the actual text of the bill itself?
Not right this second. We have to find it. We have to find it and then deport Lieberman or whatever we have to do.
Well, he's barely a U.S. citizen anyway, is he?
Yeah, he's a dual citizen.
Is he dual citizen of Israel and the U.S.?
Yeah.
Are you allowed to be a senator and carry a dual citizenship? Isn't that a conflict of interest?
Well, we certainly need to find this out.
Right?
It's time for him to leave. Or maybe just jailed or something, because if this is the end of these problems with Lieberman, it's ridiculous.
Well, it just seems dumb that...
We're not buying some smart card, we're not going to be encrypted, we're not going to be watched and monitored. They can just forget it.
Right. Exactly. I don't need to carry identification on me that can be scanned through building walls to determine...
No, they want some kind of ID for you to be on the internet.
Ugh.
No way. They absolutely not. The answer is no. There's no discussion, no nothing. We'll do anything we want to do, and they can just go screw themselves.
Scan my thumbprint just to hop online or make calls or anything?
Nope. That's a real firm no.
Yeah, that's
I'm not willing to negotiate.
Well, there's no reason to negotiate whatsoever. That's just... Ugh. That hurts my brain.
Yeah, no way.
That's just wrong.
And we're not going to live at a half step where we're hacking it and things like that. Forget that too. With this, the answer is no.
Well, the internet should be as free and open and clear as any other communication.
Well, no, because they've been tapping the phones for some time now. That answer is no. All that stuff has to be removed. It's not going to be as free and clear as other communications methods. It's going to be open, and all the other ones are going to be open too. And this bull crap's ending.
All right. Well, let me restructure the phraseology.
No, I just did. No.
What I meant is, in as free and open, I meant that no one tells me that I can or cannot make a phone call. I don't have to go to a phone and put my thumbprint against some little...
Yeah, but see, Converse is taping your call in advance. In Israel.
Now, are they taping Skype?
I don't know about that.
That would be interesting to know if they're tracking their...
See, some of these things are awfully difficult to accomplish.
What are awfully finding the information, or...
It's a million packets that are all scattered everywhere. For them to tap Skype is quite a task.
Aren't they required to open source the code to government?
Maybe.
Basically. Yeah, I think a lot of companies are. You know what I mean? So basically, the government can read the source code. And so, the line that initiates a phone conversation in Skype, they can add a little thing like a cookie that will send it, like a redirect through to them, just to say that, you know, user IP address, whatever, is making the call.
Yeah.
And so that they pick up on it, and so they can accept the call. And so it'll go kind of like route through them, or they can piggyback the call. I've heard stuff like that. I think they are required to do that.
I'm just saying it's very hard for them to listen to IP calls in real time.
Oh yeah. Yeah, but if they take a copy off the server or whatever.
Yeah.
There's not... The call doesn't go direct from computer to computer, does it? It has to go through computer to server to computer.
No, I think it goes computer to computer.
Really?
Yeah.
It has to go through the Wibbly Web. And Wibbly Web is like, you know, the only way you can access it through a server. So if you piggyback the signals going through the server, you know, then you'd like to get a header address of whatever, and that'd be like a Skype identification. I mean, you know, sort of where there's a will, there's a way, really. If it's really necessary for them to do it, they'll do it. There's no legal requirement to tell you what they're actually doing. It's not like in the good old bad old days where we... Please be aware that calls made using Skype may be monitored. Like they do on the adverts, you know. Bing, 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 we are being monitored.
Well, there's a
Well, you see, if they're recording calls, that, you know, one party, the party being called, should be informed.
Oh yeah. But I don't think government's required to do that. They don't have to do that. Not since donkey's years ago. National security.
Well, no, see,
Yeah. Well, they'll claim national security on these events, but just ordinary calls.
Yeah.
You know, it's not a blanket gift to them. Well, they're trying to take it as a blanket gift. But in
No.
reality,
In America, it's different now. Amdocs keeps a record of every call that's made in advance. Converse and these companies are in Israel. They tape every call in the United States in advance. Then when the law enforcement or whatever they want to call themselves wants a copy of the call, they don't come to your house with alligator clips. They actually call Converse and say we want the phone call from this phone to this phone on this date. And they already have it taped in advance. You know what I mean? Since every call is being taped. And it's treason because it's being taped in a foreign country. It's giving away our government to a foreign power. And Converse and Amdocs are partially owned by the Israeli government. So hope you sleep well.
Child porn.
Yeah, knowing how safe you are.
I say child porn in my sleep.
I don't say it during the day. I don't say it during your sleep. I don't think it. I don't do it.
What's the other big no-no? I can't remember.
the word bomb and terrorist.
Yeah.
That's a big no-no.
Bomb, fascist, terrorist.
You got to say it more than 3 times in a certain length of time. But then they changed that. That was a while back.
Okay, let's go. Are you ready? Bomb, 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 bomb,
Bomb, bomb, bomb, bomb, bomb, bomb, bomb.
Oh, that would be Senator McCain.
He's such a zero.
I can't believe you dumb Yanks, like, you voted in McCain. I
You
mean,
did
like,
vote him in.
yeah, you did. You all said you loved him all at the same time. Just walked around the streets going, we love McCain, we love McCain. And I was like, how obvious a name is that? You can't get much more obvious than McCain. Well, yeah, take up the milk and you're McCain. You spelt the same. But on the other hand, I vote for my new senator coming up called Satan Devil Lucifer. He's the next greatest thing since Israel. He's got 3 heads, but it doesn't matter. Have you used to it? Yeah, you've got pet dog for Cerberus.
A lot of people in England like to. They're really mad about McDonald's, and they'll refer to it as a corporation run by a clown and stuff like that. And in America, people hear that and they don't know what you're talking about because Ronald McDonald has not been mentioned pretty much in America since the 70s.
Really?
Nobody even associates it with that. I mean, so like I was watching Ali G and stuff like that, trying to figure out what is he talking about. And then it occurred to me, Ronald McDonald, but that's such an old reference. It may be still being used over there, but it is not being used here.
They still use Ronald McDonald over here, but not too much in the adverts. What do they use instead? I think they had Barney, didn't they, for a while?
Just the Archie and stuff, that's it.
Hmm.
They don't really have to advertise McDonald's anymore.
No.
It's that far deep.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, they just have like a klaxon on top of the building, don't they? And then when the klaxon goes off, everybody just marches to McDonald's.
Yeah, but it's not associated with that clown, I mean.
Yeah.
Do you know who the first... Well, this will mean nothing to you. But the first Ronald McDonald was Willard Scott, the most annoying weatherman in the world. On the Today Show. He started the whole trend of the fat, annoying weatherman.
Well, we know who's in charge now, because the British government has just cut corporation tax and raised VAT, which is what I told they were going to do anyway, to 20%. Mm-hmm. So yesterday, me. Well, they've done it.
Well, I mean, over in the UK, I'm just checking it, see if you know this. The Green Cross Code man, now we have the Green Cross Code adverts in the UK, also was the body double for Darth Vader.
You mean they didn't use the PG Tips chimp?
Well, they needed like a really tall character. I remember he was really tall.
Well, I think John McCain was Elmer Fudd's double.
They call him Songbird because he told all the secrets of the United States to the Viet Cong.
Well, he never did
Well,
get.
yeah, I
he
mean,
never did get me as Bugs Bunny, so.
Just imagine you could have had a North Vietnamese president if he'd won.
Yeah, he's a real Manchurian candidate.
Yeah, I know. That was what's so funny about him. It was like, I was always getting stuff for people. Oh, like he's such a mind control freak. Well, yeah, that's what the MC stands for, mind control. Duh. I know it means like son of serves parents on the same surname, but I was spreading rumours there. Mook, everybody was like Mook was a mind control family. Just to kill off a few Scottish people.
I mean, this is the geezer that took out half of Spain's bloody electricity supplies when he flew his aeroplane at supersonic speed through the power lines. Fucking idiot. What a fucking idiot. And they hushed it up because Daddy was a rear admiral or something. He was shot down, or he crashed, I think 4 or 5 different aeroplanes in his career as a pilot. You know, really good pilot, him.
Don, that many airplanes. Did he say something? No.
Did you say something? McCain?
John McCain crashed that many airplanes?
Yep.
Oh, then Obama's going to crash the whole country, so, you know, it's who's the least responsible?
But Obama has already crashed the company. What do you mean? Oh, I did learn today another little thing. No way is BP going down the pan.
Yeah.
You're not going to be able to flush $100 trillion company down the pan.
No.
$100 trillion. They
Does that mean they're
estimate.
too big to fail?
That must mean they're slightly too big to fail.
No, there's nothing's too big to fail. It's time to pay.
They could buy they could buy Italy or
Well, they're
or-
going to have to
and
buy
Germany.
the Gulf Coast.
Yeah, they could buy the whole place.
Because they're going to have to pay us for it.
But there you go. Life is full of.
We'll see how deep their pockets can get.
Oh, I would think fairly deep.
Yeah.
I don't think so.
It can really hurt.
But apparently the other oil companies are piling in defence of BP.
Well, there's a surprise. Really. Because they're all in the same boat.
Yeah, well, they're all getting
Same oil rig.
they're all getting screwed because it looks like the Congress is going to put a bill through to ban offshore drilling.
Well, everything that this illegitimate president has done is going to be reversed. So
There you go. The Green Cross Code Man.
he
Real
can
name
pass
David
anything he
Fowles.
wants to. It's all going to be taken back. Every last part of it.
Height 6'5", former weightlifting champion. He trained Christopher Reeve for his role in his first Superman 1978 movie. He was his George Lucas hired him to occupy the costume of Darth Vader in Star Wars Episode 4. But because of his British accent, Lucas chose James Earl Jones as the voice of Vader. So there you go. Yeah, he was a body double, but James Earl Jones was the voice. Once complained in an interview that he felt he wasn't getting any publicity for his work as Darth Vader. He was just a body double and you never saw his face. Not surprised.
Well, it was either that or tell Luke Skywalker his father's black.
Yeah. Or had a black man's voice with a white man's body. And he's never once told Luke to follow the Green Cross Code. That was just outrageous. Always remember to look left and right. Never once said that. That would have been one of his best lines ever. Before you cross the road. He was barred from doing the lightsaber duels in Star Wars duels, how do you say it? In Star Wars Episode 5, Empire Strikes Back, and Episode 6, Return of the Jedi, because he kept breaking the poles that stood in for the laser blades during the first film. The lightsaber duels in the sequels were done instead by Bob Anderson, the sword master who handled the lightsaber choreography. In order to make up for the height difference, Bob Anderson wore platform shoes and was often filmed from low angles.
I always wanted to walk down the street with a with a school whistle. Yeah. I did it in Nottingham, but walk down the street, wait till somebody's crossing the road, and then give 2 loud blasts on the whistle and see if they just stand there in the middle of the road. You're not in school now, boy. You can walk, honest. Just watch the automatic reactions of people.
Yeah. It says he stood over 6'6", but after surgeries and due to his age, he lost several inches. He played part of the aid to Patrick McGee's character in the movie Clockwork Orange. He was chosen due to the fact that he was able to lift and carry the wheelchair-bound McGee. He was in Casino Royale as well, and he played a character known as Sir.
Did he die or something, or what is it?
Diagnosed with prostate cancer in early 2009, announced in February 2010 that he made full recovery following intensive radiotherapy at a London hospital. No, I was just mentioning it. It was like Darth Vader was quite interesting, because I didn't know if you knew that he was like the Green Cross Code Man. Which he said it was the best job I've ever had. Oh, he was offered to play the role of Chewbacca as well.
That's the thing they say about Harrison Ford, that maybe they should take his Oscars back, because at his finest moment he was there with a stuffed animal. I mean, he was there with kind of a guy in a bear suit.
Yeah.
Really not much of an actor.
Outshone by somebody going, which is his only word.
I don't know.
Oh, randomness is fun.
I need new eyes.
Boy detained for Facebook murder.
Facebook murder?
Just trying to work out. Come on, say the gender of the other person.
Maggot?
Yeah.
How did he manage to murder Facebook?
No, the articles are, boy detained for Facebook Stop murder in London. A 16-year-old boy has been detained for killing a former best friend after the pair traded insults on Facebook. Salum Combo, 18, was stabbed in the chest in Bromley by Bow, East London in December after calling his killer, then 15, names including Pussy. The trial heard the boy, who was found guilty of murder at the Old Bailey in May, could not take the loss of face. The teenager, who cannot be named, has been ordered to serve a minimum of 14 years. I'm trying to find out whether it was a boy or a girl he murdered. Oh yeah, it was 2 boys, one younger and older. Ridiculous. Shall I read the rest of it? It's a little bit sad, really. Okay. Act of cowardice. Sentencing the boy at Southwark Crown Court, Judge Nicholas Lorraine Smith said, "There was nothing brave about what you did. This is quite simply an act of cowardice, as so many stabbings are." David Jeremy, prosecuting, said a previous friendship between Mr. Combo and the defendant had turned to hostility, in quotes, and the pair had a fight last summer after a football match. The court heard that on the night of the murder, the killer had been with friends outside a fish bar. The trial heard how they tried to calm him down when he became angry and started talking about stabbing Mr. Combo. Yeah, combo. Combination. With a K. When Mr. Combo turned up, he and his killer walked off, apparently to settle their differences. However, the younger boy then pulled out a knife without warning and stabbed Mr. Combo in the upper chest. The trial had heard the boy had tried to fight Mr. Combo before, but he had been restrained by friends and had his knife taken away from him. However, Mr. Combo had later returned the knife, which later killed him, to the defendant. After stabbing Mr. Combo, the defendant was seen pounding a wall and howling at the perceived affront to his own dignity, being called a pussy, the court was told. That was a pathetic reason as to why this terrible event happened, because he wanted to show he wasn't a pussy, said Mr. Journey. The boy later admitted the stabbing, but claimed he had been acting in self-defence. Graham Trembart QC, representing the defendant, said the two boys had been best of friends and like brothers, and believed he was acting in self-defence by striking a preemptive blow before a fight which he thought he was going to lose. An Old Bailey jury rejected his explanation and convicted him of murder in May. I guess the details just been released or something, or they just decide to expose it to the public. Oh, it's just so pathetic.
It was an early morning ballroom, and the place just opened up, and the little man
VAT's going up to 20%,
started at his cup,
so benefits being cut. It's the tough but fair budget, apparently. Oh, yeah.
tried to fight her empty nights by smiling at the
Guess that
Obama
means
wants to
that-
force the VAT in here.
Does he?
Yeah.
Because he wants an extra
That's what
20%
they-
tax.
That's what they're trying to get people to believe, Maggot, that this is a tough but fair budget. It's not tough and it's not fair.
It's not.
Criminal.
That would basically mean it's 2.5% more to buy anything, won't it? VAT, obviously.
Well, no. It's by the time it works through, it's going to be meaning 10% at least
Yeah.
for everything, because you've got VAT on your goods,
Yeah.
right? When you buy the raw materials, you got VAT. That's going to put the manufacturing price up. When the manufacturer sells it to the wholesaler, he has to put VAT on.
Yeah, of course they keep having to add it on, don't they? Yeah. So they increase that.
Then it adds again. Then it adds again. Then you've got the cost of the transport to transport it and deliver it to the various retail outlets, which will put another load of money on it.
Well, value added is the opposite of commerce. Commerce is when you don't add value to it. It's when you mix up the ingredients for brownies and then you sell the brownies. Have you committed commerce or have you done commerce? No, you've added value to it.
Sales tax in California isn't that similar to VAT?
That's why I was a value-added reseller and not doing commerce for Apple. It was a value add. I delivered the machines already working, already set up. Graphics workstation.
And Lord, she was alright. Oh, she was so damn beautiful that she'd warm a winter frost. But she was long past lonely and well nigh on the lost. Now I'm not much of a mover or a pick-em-up-easy guy, but I decided to glide on over and give her one good try. And Lord, she was worth a try.
They call that raising the VAT austerity budget.
Yeah,
That's the plan of Zbigniew Brzezinski, is to force austerity on us. Austerity makes sense if you've spent the money for yourself, or you spent your money. They did this to us and victimized the United States. They took half of everybody's money, and that is, we have no interest in austerity. They need to pay for the crimes they committed. We are not interested in austerity.
It's, VAT kicks in from January. Public sector workers earning more than £21,000 face a 2-year pay freeze. Child benefit is frozen for 3 years. The government will accelerate the interest in state pension age to 66. They love doing that. I'd be so gutted if I was like 60 odd
What
years
did you
old.
say about 66?
They've increased the sort of like retirement age, state's pension age to 66. So you've got to be 66 years old now to retire. Because like every year they seem to increase the pension age, so it's just like you never ever get to retire. It's like, you're 64, and the next year you think you're going to retire because you're 65. It's like, oh no, it's 66 now.
Well, see, it's austerity. That's what all this is.
Yeah, charge the old people to death. It's their fault. Make them work. Make them
Yeah, many
work.
people in America will never retire because of that. They've done this now to us.
Oh yeah.
Shone upon her as she lay back in my bed. It was the kind
Well, all I can say is a good job I live in Barbados.
in my head.
Well, it's not taking place.
My income tax code is nil by tax.
And as I tried to tell her, she said,
Nil by tax. That's a good one, isn't it?
I know just how you feel.
Yeah, but aren't you living somewhere where milk is $5 a gallon?
Come here with me, then that's all right.
Yeah, well, that's gone up. When I came over 2 years ago, it was only $3 and a few cents. Now it's $5 and rising.
Right. So what is it all worth, when they raise the prices?
Well, when it gets too expensive, they'll start selling it in half gallons, but still charge you the $5 and some bloody cents.
Oh, that's what they do in America. Everything is travel size. They won't raise the price.
Yeah. Well, we will see, because it looks like there's massive resentment at this budget in the UK. There'll be strikes and people just refusing to go to work, and teachers just not going in, and civil servants just not going in.
Not surprised. They have these amazing budgets that don't seem to benefit anybody.
Well, it benefits the wealthy bankers.
I suppose that's what austerity means then. It doesn't benefit anyone. Yeah.
No, some people benefit from it. The bankers.
The banks, yeah.
More and more money for them.
Yeah. We got to tighten our belts so that they can loosen theirs. There's, what that means is they, when you say you tightening your belt means you spending less and cutting back on the amount of food you consume stuff, and by loosening theirs, I mean they can get to eat more rich food and have more flamboyant, extravagant lifestyles.
Right.
The parties and the holidays that they so richly deserve. Obviously. Especially when it's all done by computer nowadays.
Right, I mean, the Jews that operate the Anglo-American establishment need more money.
Well, yeah, somebody's got to switch on the machines in the morning and turn them off. Oh, no, wait a minute, that's the cleaner. That's the guy with the Hoover, the vacuum cleaner.
When I leave for home, for we both know all about loneliness and living all alone. And the little man looked at the empty glass in his hand, and he smiled a crooked grin. He said, I guess I'm out of gin, and I know we both have been so lonely. And if you want me to come with you, then that's alright with me, 'cause I know
But I am looking around on a few news sites, but there's nothing much to read.
a better place to be.
The top US commander in Afghanistan has been summoned to Washington in the wake of a magazine article that quotes him and aides criticizing senior Obama administration officials and diplomats. General Stanley McChrystal has apologized over the article in Rolling Stone. Oh, yes! Oh, he's always a serious read, Rolling Stone magazine. From the BBC. In it, he is quoted as sharply criticizing the US ambassador to Kabul, Carl Eikenberry. And the president say he was disappointed when meeting President Barack Obama for the first time. Well, that's what
We're all disappointed.
Yeah, I thought he was 6'5" and he was only 4'3". And he had a green head, green face, and wore glasses. He's like the Wizard of Oz. Other targets of criticism by the general, whose aides include Vice President Joe Biden, National Security Advisor James Jones, and the Special US Envoy to Afghanistan and Pakistan, Richard Holbrooke. The BBC's Quentin Somerville in Afghanistan says the article highlights the long-suspected divisions between the US military and administration officials. A White House official said General McChrystal had been directed to attend Wednesday's monthly meeting on Afghanistan and Pakistan in person, rather than by teleconference, to explain to the Pentagon and the Commander-in-Chief his quotes in the piece about his colleagues. And in a strongly worded statement, US Defense Secretary Robert Gates said General McChrystal had made a significant mistake and exercised poor judgment. I could tell it was going to be like something to do with defence when it says strongly worded statement. They always use the same in opening comments before they start Ministry of Defence.
Right.
Yes, a profound error of judgment or something I was expecting to read. Clown is the headline. The Rolling Stone article, a profile of General McChrystal entitled The Runaway General, written by a journalist who was given access to the commander and his staff over several weeks, is due out on Friday. In it, General McChrystal says he felt betrayed by Oakenberry during the White House debate on troop requests for Afghanistan. General McChrystal suggests the ambassador to Kabul was using a leaked internal memo that questioned the wisdom of troop requests as a way of protecting himself from future criticism over the deployment. The general says, "I like Carl, I've known him for years, but they'd never said anything like that to us before. It is one that covers his flank for the history books. Now if we fall, they can say, 'I told you so.'" General McChrystal also mocks the Vice President in response to a question. "Are you asking about Vice President Biden?" McChrystal asks, "Who's that?" Another aide refers to a key Oval Office meeting with the President a year ago. The aide says it was a 10-minute photo op, adding Obama clearly didn't know anything about him, who he was. He didn't seem very engaged. The boss was pretty disappointed. Another aide refers to National Security Advisor Jones as a clown stuck in 1985. Of an email by Mr. Holbrook, General McChrystal says, "Oh, not another email from Holbrook. I don't even want to open it." Headline, Aide Quits. Duncan Boothby, a special assistant to General McChrystal who organised the Rolling Stone journalist's access to the commander, has resigned as a result of the article. A spokesman for the chairman of the Joint Chiefs of Staff, Admin Mike Mullen, said that the Admiral had telephoned General McChrystal and expressed his deep disappointment in the piece and the comments. General McChrystal has attempted to limit the damage in advance of Rolling Stone hitting the newsstands. He said in a statement, "I extend my sincerest apology for the profile. It was a mistake reflecting poor judgment and should never have happened." He adds, "Throughout my career, I have lived by the principles of personal honour and professional integrity." What is reflecting on this in this article falls far short of that standard. I have enormous respect and admiration for President Obama and his national security team, and for the civilian leaders and troops fighting this war, and I remain committed to ensuring a successful outcome. Headline, unfortunate. General McChrystal replaced General David McKinnon last year and has sought to reduce the number of Afghan civilians being killed in combat operations. After his appointment, General McChrystal was drawn into a long and detailed strategy review with the President, finally getting an additional 30,000 US troops from Obama. But analysts say General McChrystal disagreed with the pledge to start bringing troops home in July 2011. In his statement, Mr. Gates said he had read with concern the Rolling Stone article. "I believe that General McChrystal had made a significant mistake and exercised poor judgment in this case. We are fighting a war against Al-Qaeda and its extremist allies who directly threaten the United States, Afghanistan and our friends and allies around the world."
I'm sure Al-Qaeda headquarters there at the CIA, they read Rolling Stone.
Yeah, I know. It's the first magazine I always go to find out the truth.
Yeah. Well, since Al-Qaeda is this, they are the CIA. There is no Al-Qaeda. I'm sure. I'm confused what the problem is.
Yeah. Fucking. Oh, I don't know. Any magazine named after some sort of like dubious transsexual, weird posturing preening geek, it's got to be like a totally reliable source of information. Mick Jagger from Rolling Stones.
Rolling Stone's been dead for a long time, though.
Oh yeah, they're a bunch of dinosaurs.
Yeah.
The girlfriends he gets are more interesting than him, but that's always been the case, really.
No, I mean Rolling Stone magazine has been dead.
Okay, not the band. you a big fan of theirs? They just don't do anything for me. I know quite a few of their songs, but it's like...
No, there was the magazine. It's Rolling Stone magazine.
Yeah. I know. But didn't they name Rolling Stone magazine after the band?
No, after Like a Rolling Stone from Bob Dylan.
Okay. Didn't know that. Okay, General McChrystal has apologised to me and is similarly reaching out to others named in this article to apologise to them as well. I have recalled General McChrystal to Washington to discuss this in person. Headline, Taliban racks. A spokesman for the Afghan President Hamid Karzai, Wahid Omar, which looks like Warhead Omar, voiced support for General McChrystal. The President strongly supports General McChrystal and his strategy in Afghanistan and believes that he is the best commander the United States sent to Afghanistan over the last 9 years. John Kerry, chairman of the US Senate Foreign Relations Committee, appealed for a cool and calm response. Is that John Kerry, the really geeky, lanky one?
John Kerry is he's the guy who ran with Gore.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
I think.
Against, you mean? Like, yeah. He was accused of being a Vietnam deserter or something.
Yeah, he ran against Bush.
Yeah, that's what I thought, cool and calm. Well, he's like, John Kerry's one of the least cool-looking people. Never mind.
Yeah. But, see, they were both Skull and Bones.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, they're part of that quote, isn't it? So secret, we can't talk about it.
Right.
Organisation. The top priority is the mission of Afghanistan and the ability
And then mysteriously, the guy that asked both of them the same question, he died.
A spokeswoman for the US Embassy in Kabul, Caitlin Hayden, said, "We have seen the article. As Ambassador Aikenberry has said on many occasions, he and General McChrystal are both fully committed to the President's strategy and to working together as it's one civilian military team to implement it." I'm not going to try and do women accents. It's just stretching it a bit too far. Yeah. Only if I'm in the mood. NATO spokesman James Apathere said the article was unfortunate, but that the organisation's Secretary-General Anders Fogh Rasmussen had full confidence in General McChrystal as the NATO commander and in his strategy. A spokesman for the Taliban said General McChrystal's recall was another sign of the start of the political defeat for US policies in Afghanistan. That's the end of the article. Yeah. Quite a lengthy one. Big load of massive fuss, and it was basically the sort of gist of it is that you can't criticise Obama, can't criticise any of like your superior, I suppose, officers, any of your superiors anyway, you know, even if they're politicians.
Well, they're trying to train us all to obey, and it's not going to happen here.
Mm. Yeah, they're doing it. They're doing it through the military. Like they're whipping people in the military, so you do get all the boring defence crap. Because we get the ministry over here, obviously, and they're all like, really, and we shall re-requisition 19 Alpha Squadron helicopters with the XN9 M1 2 warheads, and it's just total like bull. You know, it's like they'll just like basically transfer weapons from one like squad of helicopters to another or something, and they'll do these like, big loud-mouthed announcements of just like the tiniest thing, but it's all like, you know, this is the voice of authority, and what I say is very serious, and you have to listen, and I will use extremely long words. Yeah, they do. They really like to, you know, they'd love to say anti-establishmentarianism or something. That'd be like their idea of a really great sentence. We could just say that 10 times in a row. It's not the meaning. It's not the meaning of the words that's important. It's the tones they use, and that's what they want you to like, sort of like stand to attention when you hear that voice tone they use, because they all try and use the same voice tone. We had some minister or whatever, and in the UK, and he had like a sort of like sort of voice, and then he became the Minister of Defence, and so I was like, yeah. Well, if the situation in Iraq is worsened, seriously, you know.
See, the military's taken over the media here, so we get a lot of these fake news reports, and they're not even done by the normal correspondents. They're done by the government, and they just patched in. And they've taken over Hollywood as well, so that the idea is that the hokiest versions of patriotism are supposed to be portrayed in the movies, and the movie producers are trying to resist this, and it's a sickness. We're seeing that militarization of the United States. That's what they're trying to push, and it isn't working.
Yeah, it just seems to be like people making everybody.
Well, it's not working. The
militarization of the
but the media will continue talking like this.
The militarization of the U.S. is working because there's so many new agencies. Agencies spending has been expanded in all areas, from so-called security to military. But even the security has been militarized. So now you've got a situation now where everything is being militarized, which is basically what the Soviet Union did before its sudden collapse in 1991. Same thing is happening in America. The same stupid policies are being followed.
Well, the policies are. I'm going to say that the people aren't falling for it.
Well, they do fall for it for so long, and then some little event uncontrollable happens, and then the whole system just falls like a house of cards, because that's all it is. It's a house of cards. It relies on people's acquiescence. But now, when these tax hikes and what have you that Obama started, and the troops who are in Afghanistan and in Iraq realizes that their wives cannot cope on a Marine's salary, and their wives give them hell for, there's not enough food for the kids, there's not, we can't live like this, blah, blah, blah. How long will it be before a good proportion of the Marines turn around and go, screw you? Not to the wives, to the government.
Yeah.
Same thing is happening in Britain, 20% VAT, and most of the troops are on, say 20,000 a year or less. And they're supposed to bring up a family of two kiddies and a wife. Oh, not a chance.
And
there's going to be such.
As well.
Yeah, well, they might be in base accommodation, but they've been trying to get rid of that lot, haven't they? Privatise it.
They're trying to get everyone
wife and kids and all that
on radical austerity.
Well, it ain't going to work. Not when the troops are fully armed and ready to go.
So I think they're always encouraged to take out a mortgage on a house for the wife and kids sort of thing, so they got a home away from the base. So obviously that's commits them into paying a certain amount per month on the mortgage.
Yeah, once the wives can't afford to keep up the mortgage, they either eat or they pay the mortgage. You're going to eat, aren't they?
Yeah.
And then they get thrown out. Guess what? Mr. Corporal or Mr. Private or Sergeant is going to come roaring home with his gun in his hand and not be very happy about it.
Well, yeah, exactly. He'll just be pissed off in general, probably pissed off at the wife, and just pissed off at not being able to earn enough to pay off the mortgage and just everything.
Yeah, well, shit's gonna hit the fan this back end.
Yeah.
This back end means the autumnal months of the year, just for our American friends.
Or the fall.
The fall.
Yeah.
Yeah, it looks like this is the fall of the Republic and the fall of the parliamentary democracy in the UK. I wonder what the unions are going to say about it when half their members get the bloody sack. Civil servants just stop working. What are they going to do? The government administration just comes to a grinding halt. See, they're targeting the people, whereas, they've lent the banks £1 trillion. Why don't they say, OK, pay off the national debt, you banks, because it's only 250 billion. Your job, you pay it off. We've lent you the money, now pay that national debt off. There you go. And if you don't, we'll just nationalise the lot of you. Take it into real national ownership, not like the Bank of England, who's owned by the Crown Corporation.
What was the money given to for? Given to them for?
To cover their debts. With credit default swaps.
Oh yeah.
Shit.
Bank of the world.
So we don't go the same way as Greece and Spain might be going.
Well, that's ostensibly the reason why they're supposedly cutting the deficit by grabbing more and more money off the ordinary person. You know, they've said, we're going to give the low-paid workers, we're going to increase their before-tax earnings by £1,000. Yeah, so you're now allowed to earn 7,000 something pounds before you pay tax.
Oh right, so it's not an increase.
Yeah, that'll really cover the increase in VAT on everything they buy, won't it? Yeah, right. Of course it won't, because now they've extended it not just 20%, but 20% on everything from kiddies' clothes and shoes to every food item you purchase now. So there'll be massive hikes of prices in the shops almost immediately.
Well, we have the just-in-time economy, so everything's so micromanaged they can actually keep shrinking the products very quickly. Things are only made just in time for them to be shipped, only in time for them to be bought.
There'll be nobody buying anything.
Right.
This will depress the economy even worse. Now they've actually decreased corporate tax, so that obviously their decrease in sales because of the VAT increase maintains their profit level. You know, so you pay less tax on your actual profit. So, you know, if you make a reduction in sales, a reduction in profits, but because you got a reduction in profits, you pay less tax on it, so profits will be more or less where they were before anything changed.
Yeah.
When the unions and the people get that idea, they'll go freaking crazy.
Well, they make these weird adjustments so that they can appear to have nothing be wrong. Everything's okay, you know.
Well, the very idea. Private sector likely to applaud. No, they're not. Wait till they see their their goods drop like crazy. You know, their output drop like crazy. This is going to destroy a lot of the enterprises in the UK.
That's the point.
Yeah. Oh, you mean the enterprises, the small up and coming companies.
Yes.
Enterprise tends to refer to those super companies.
Okay. But I think an enterprising company is one that goes out on a voyage, you know, like the USS Enterprise. But it's these sort of like up and coming companies. You know, like we got this series called The Dragon's Den, where people with like ideas for stuff to sell, they can't get a loan off the banks. So they go and speak to these people called the Dragons in their den, and they ask for a loan off them. And it's going to hit people who are in that situation harder, because the banks probably be even tighter on lending things, and then even if they do, then it's going to be more difficult for them to run their company. So internal economies of scale, internal diseconomies of scale, because you've got to get a certain revenue going before you start making a profit. You've got to get a certain amount of money.
See, then they can come in and save us.
Oh yeah, the banks. Yeah, save
I mean,
us.
it's really awful. They're not saving us; they're just harming us.
No. Yeah, I think that's why they're giving the banks all the money, so that people lean on the banks more. And so, you know, we can't run our business at all, you know, because we need to pay off the mortgage on the property, the company premises, and mortgage on the house, and pay the wages, and pay the lorry driver's fee or whatever. And so we can't possibly do it, so we need to take another loan off the bank. Oh no. And double mortgage the house.
There you go.
Yeah.
That's slavery.
Yeah, that's it. And yeah, the business will need to be running for like 40 years in order to make a profit. You know, we'll make a profit after 40 years. Hurrah! What a great idea it was. You know, the children will be saying, and it's like, oh, why didn't Daddy just join that big company? He's an entrepreneur. I don't care.
Sick, man.
Yeah, I know. Walk around second-hand clothes.
I just went out.
So yeah, I mean, there's like less and less new inventions and stuff, and because like in the 80s you had people like Clive Sinclair, you know, Sir Clive Sinclair, and he came up with the Sinclair C5, which is a disaster. But he also like invented the Spectrum and stuff like that, and so you'll get less of those things turning up, except like for the bigger multinational companies. So maybe if you're lucky, you get the PS4 or something like that.
I wouldn't count on it.
No, I haven't checked on that recently. I think they've just basically given up on developing anything new. They all blame Moyle's Law. You know, the what is it, doubling the process speed every 18 months, and they reckon they can't beat it now or something. Boyle's Law, whatever. That would be a big thing that's already happening anyway, because the amount of people that are playing World of Warcraft and other stuff, it's like you have to pay to play those damn games as well, and just people get more and more into them as they escape more and more into sort of like digital alternative realities, because you know they can't cope.
I don't understand that. You have to pay. You have to pay to play these all the time.
Yeah, you have to pay to play World of Warcraft. There's plenty of free MMO games, massively multiplayer online games out there.
I don't like to throw away data. I like to download and keep the stuff I download.
I think Don Perry's calling.
Oh,
American Freeman calling.
I'll go get him.
Yeah, stupid. You just no need for it. I mean, there's plenty of games where you don't have to pay. I mean, you can pay if you want to buy like a fancy costume or like better weapons and stuff. But you can do it like the hard way and sort of like just like graft your way through it. But I think it's become like a prestige thing. Over here we've got B.A. Baracus, the actor who plays him. He's like on TV all the time, World of Warcraft. You know, they're obviously making a little fortune there if they can afford to have not just him on TV, but have like every week you get World of Warcraft adverts. And the only way they make money is off it's like a certain amount per month that you pay. So this is going to be like, you know, the future of what people are going to be spending their receding wages on. Well, receding, what do you call it, floating wages. The money you have left after you paid your bills and everything else.
I don't play those. I really see this brainwashing.
Oh yeah, World of Warcraft isn't even the best game out there. I mean, it's just like I said, it's just like a prestige thing, I think. Just people want to be known as a World of Warcraft player. That's really sad. It's like if you bought Adidas trainers or something, yeah, and they melted every month.
No, I don't play them no matter what the game is.
Yeah.
It's not that I'm looking for prestige or not looking for prestige.
No.
I see all that kind of 3D games as brainwashing. Like right now I'm downloading Merlion because you guys were talking about it.
Okay. You've done it. You've downloaded it now.
It's still going.
Okay.
Coming in by Usenet rules.
Because before, everybody used to just go to the pubs and clubs in the UK. That's what we spend most of your wages on. Pubs and clubs. I don't think that's happening quite so much anymore. Don't see quite so many people going out.
I don't go out anymore.
No. It's not worth it. There's too many amateur spies out there, basically.
Too many cops.
Yeah.
It's an opportunity for them to declare you've done something wrong and then want to hassle you.
Well, that's it, yeah. I mean, an amateur spy, in other words, is like grass. You know, so somebody tries to set you up for doing something.
Yeah.
You know, so they get a little bit of money. Also, they can get into some little intelligence agency or something.
Compromised.
Yeah. Little big man syndrome sort of thing. You know, they gotta get in somewhere. If they can do it over somebody's misfortune, then so be it.
Yeah. It doesn't have to be my misfortune. I don't play.
I have been a songman for a long, long time, coming up with melodies.
So what's in Hot Reds today?
I don't know.
I gotta fix this eye thing. I can't see anything. I'm taking 2 Claritins trying to keep the mucus down and all this stuff. This tearing.
You know I wanted to keep it simple and not make it too long.
A photo of the PS4 joypad.
You got the new iPhone operating system has come out. iPod Touch. But I haven't put it on yet. I stay jailbroken.
Coming up with melodies, trying to find some words to rhyme. While I have
Alex Jones, Prison Planet TV.
Is
Stay
the world
on the
coming to an
show.
end?
No, it's something much worse than the world coming to an end on the Alex Jones show.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, today on the show, Alex welcomes back to the show researcher, author, and radio talk show host, Alan Watt. I
Well, that's
his
great.
bio.
Has he stolen more stuff from Glenn Keely?
Yeah.
Is he going to pretend to get married, just like because Glenn Keely is?
Yeah, it's it, yeah. Glenn Keely's getting married to Don Perry. Don't tell him though.
Okay.
That's why they were married on the same day. It's a big hoax. I'll find out.
Great.
Oh, no. Don Perry's actually celebrating his anniversary, and then Glenn Keely was like, oh, I'll get married to some slut. I'll just copy him. He's such a fan of ours.
I'm sure he is. We all been troglodytes who listen.
Yeah. When he's feeding chickens and stuff, there's nothing he'd rather listen to than the American Freeman.
Yeah.
Watts, apparently, is a long-term researcher into the causative forces behind major changes in historical development. His background is that of a Renaissance man.
Well, no,
with
his
a
background as a plagiarist, isn't he?
Yeah, I know. Alex Jones is the only person who seems to think that Alan Watt is a Renaissance man. I mean, you wouldn't get that to listen to his depressing.
Well, the Renaissance
podcasts.
was when they copied the Byzantine system. The Turks had taken over in 1453. So as the Greeks ran west, that was how they got a Renaissance. So yeah, maybe he is a Renaissance man, stealing someone else's ideas.
Yeah, I think you're supposed to think that he's like some sort of like wacky, hilarious, entertaining character.
I mean, if you define the Renaissance correctly.
Folks, this is Alan Watt.
Yeah.
With a background in 3 professions plus having various books published in religions, philosophy, poetry, mainly under pseudonyms. So he's claiming his name to other people's work now. Mr. Watt is featured in the next Strange film, Fall on the Republic.
McKeely?
Yeah. Yes, Glenn Keane is one of my pseudonyms. Shut up. Take him off the call. Take him off.
Yeah.
I'm much more popular than what he is, said Alan Watt. And I've got this fake Scottish accent, so I sound really important.
He's from Canada.
But I sometimes think the difference is just in how I think and see, and that the only change is going on or just going
I don't know.
on.
I think we've hit a dead end.
And the only change
Well, what's your eyes in?
on or just going on.
I'm blind.
It blind. Now, if you got anybody waiting, let them in on the thing, on the call.
Here I was in your Air Force, officer, you on my brain. I tried to see myself as a sex-mad savior sailing on a silver plane. I started out to do my duty, ended up just doing time. What is it about you, my mother of a country, makes
We should call Glenn Keely up.
you know you have
So congratulations on your marriage.
Got his number.
now I would not
Yellow.
cross the street to help you live a life. And all the
If there's one thing I can't stand, it's an Alan Watts. Alan Watts. I can't quite do his accent. I'll have to listen to stuff more. He hasn't done anything new recently anyway. Apart from Who Killed Me. Who killed it? Glenn E.P. Keelan.
Well, everything he does is a ripoff. Even his name is. People think Alan Watts. It's not Alan Watts.
Yeah, I know, yeah, he just like copied the name so people think it'd be more respectful. Respectable, I know.
See what else is here.
And the only change is going on, or just going on in me.
Roadside bomb kills 4 in Istanbul.
Oh yeah.
That's good. Turks dying. I'm all for that.
Russia cuts gas.
Oh no. But they didn't even know they had any.
2 neighbours. Polish presidential election goes to runoff. Oh, there's a nice story for you.
Yeah, that's like a VFX at all.
Death toll is another grim milestone for NATO armed forces. Well, if you don't want grim milestones, get the fuck out of Afghanistan and Pakistan and Iraq and Yemen and Somalia and how many others? General McChrystal faces a difficult future over his criticism of Obama and his policies in the Afghan war. What war? It's not a war, it's an occupation.
Police action.
Yeah. But it's more an occupation than anything else. I mean, these people are doing what they should do, which is Keep the Allies spending enormous sums of money for no gain. Eventually, bankruptcy will inevitably occur. Well, they're already bankrupt, but they just won't lay down, that's all. They're dead, but they just won't lay down.
Yeah. Can't get these people to move.
Oh, dear. I'm so tired. It was raining here quite often last night, and pounding, the enormous noise of the rain bashing on the roof wakes you up. It's like a herd of freaking elephants. So we've sort of dried up a little, have we not?
Yeah.
Just having a look at see if we could pull up other topics for discussion. There we go. Come on. Load. The headlines are: Osborne raises VAT and slashes welfare. Angry Obama weighs McChrystal's fate. General Stanley McChrystal's job as commander of US NATO forces in Afghanistan is hanging by a thread. He is recalled to Washington for a make-or-break dressing down meeting with President Obama. I think maybe Obama will be there, and good old Zbigniew Brzezinski will be beating him with a pickaxe handle.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I read that article earlier, not that exact same article, but I covered that news story. I just didn't see that much news today.
France has crashed out of the World Cup. Crashed! How do you crash out of a football game? Oh well, that's the headline, really makes sense, I suppose.
They're blaming the WAGs, aren't they, for ruining the World Cup. And WAG stands for Wives and Girlfriends. That's that really masculine of them. Blame the girls! It's their fault we can't get them all into the net.
It's all that sex these girls and wives are demanding from their
they're doing it during the game. Oh dear.
Super fit husbands, you see.
Yeah.
Bit of nookie at half time and you come out like a wet rag.
Yeah. Like, you come over like the Hunchback of Notre Dame. oh dear, I'll have to get that scene too. No, I've got time to see a doctor. Ow!
The fuck was that?
Footballers with genital illnesses. It's Crackshot Radio. You've been here for 2 hours just listening in.
What?
You've been here for 2 hours just listening.
No, I have not been here. I was just called. I was just summoned.
Okay. Well, I was mentioning about the WAGs being blamed for ruining the World Cup. You know, the soccer. WAG stands for Wives and Girlfriends.
Oh.
Yeah, and then CC was saying like they insist on having sex during half time, and I was saying the footballers come out into the match again like the Hunchback of Notre Dame going ow. I had to get that scene too.
Hey.
They haven't got time to see the STD clinic, sexually transmitted disease clinic. No time. Women aren't listening either. So, okay. This is my contract, sex 3 times a week. Where's that day?
My wife has made me a slave.
Yeah.
She needs my juices once, at least 5 times a week. That would be a dream come true for me. Jesus Christ. Ladies, if there are any ladies listening, yeah, I can fulfill your needs 5 times, perhaps 7 times a week.
Yeah. 5 times is just not good enough. They'll just be waiting around all the weekend.
Yeah. Yes. Your pussy will not go unfilled. So, hey. Hey. They don't call me El Rompetoto for nothing.
What does that mean? I have to ask.
The pussy wrecker.
In fact, they don't call you that at all, do they? Do they?
Maggot,
Yeah.
I have a serious question for you. Our latest Royal Street drunk, Camilla Parker dog.
Yeah, Camilla parks her bowels, yes.
Yeah, Camilla Parker dog. Have we heard anything about her lately? I haven't seen anything in the press or anything much about her just lately.
I don't know, I think...
Since she broke her leg and hit the gin bottle, nothing.
Yeah. Well, I haven't seen her crawling around the local clubs. That would be budget.
Well, what the hell was Prince Charles thinking? After he had Diana, a hot-ass piece of ass, he's going with, fucking Mr. Ed.
Yeah.
Listen, he's going with Mr. Head's asshole.
Yeah, well, shit.
What do you say? No shit?
Right? Yeah, no shit. Jesus. No shit,
Good.
Sherlock.
Good grief, I know.
It's like, really, Charles? I think you're just being lazy. He just found some crack whore on, around Piccadilly Circus and just said, fuck it, let's get married.
Yeah. Let me be your tampon.
Well, apparently he's been fucking it for years, all the way through his first marriage.
Yeah, that's it. He was seeing her before you seeing Diana, wasn't he? Or at the same time.
Well, apparently he can't marry anything pretty because whatever happens if he marries another pretty humanitarian chick, she'll get killed by the MI6. Yeah, if you don't think Diana was killed by MI6 under the orders of the Queen? Then
No, I think it's more likely that fucking Nazi asshole Philip.
Oh yeah,
Prince
the
Philip.
old man. The old man in the family. Yeah.
You mean the douchebag that wants to die and become a fucking virus and kill 90% of the population?
Yeah.
Something like that, yeah.
Yeah,
Trojan.
put that stupid nigger in the fucking wood chipper. Let's see what happens.
No, he'll turn into virus.
Nah, I think he'll turn into.
He wants to be a killer virus, yeah.
How's about we fuck his shit up and turn him into fertilizer? There you go.
Perhaps we should put the whole family through the grinder and turn them into
Yeah, do
fertilizer.
you guys really need a royal family anymore?
No, unfortunately, the truth is they rule half the fucking world.
That wasn't my question.
Well, yeah, probably not, but I
There's
think
just 2 YouTube links I've got. Camilla
No, we
Parker
don't.
Bowles drunk driving, 2007. Camilla Parker Bowles suicide attempt, 2009.
I'm just saying, you guys don't put up with. I mean, it seems like you guys don't like to put. Well, have you seen freaking Balls of Steel? It seems like you guys put up with like a lot of shenanigans. But when it comes to like the biometric ID, you guys are like, all right, we're not having it. Then why don't you guys gather and storm Buckingham Palace and turn it into a Chuck E. Cheese or something useful?
Well, they have no weapons.
Yeah, but they have the numbers.
Oh, I see. They've got the guns, we've got the numbers, gonna win, yeah, we're taking over, come on.
Yes.
It's Jim Morrison.
I guess. Well, I mean, pitchforks, axes. I mean, go
Pointy sticks.
go to the Baskervilles. They had guns to shoot them dogs.
Apparently the top bodyguard of Camilla Parker Dog committed suicide.
Shit, I would too. Oh, hold on.
Really?
Yeah. Police
He looked at her.
bodyguard
He looked at her
found
without
Kennedy's
makeup.
home.
He saw her when she wasn't wearing any makeup.
Suicide riddle of Camilla Parker Dogg's bodyguard.
I remember. I know why Prince Charles sort of married Camilla Parker Bowles is because everybody thought like Princess Diana was really gorgeous and beautiful and attractive and stuff, and there wasn't any real chemistry between them when they were together at dinners and stuff. And so he wasn't looking at her, and he was like, just looked at her like she was a piece of crud. And so that kind of gave the game away that he's gay. And so like now she's gone, Diana's gone, got Camilla Parker Bowles, who like nobody really is attractive. So nobody's really looking for him to be looking at her with like sparkly eyes and like like she's the most beautiful woman in the world sort of thing. So it's a gay beard really. Camilla Parker Bowles is the gay beard.
I would at least chose that what's her name? She's in Victoria's Secret catalog. She moved to France or something. What's her name? I don't know. Or that page 6 girl, Jordan something or other. I would have married her if I was the prince.
Not Jordan.
What's her name?
Kate Price.
Oh, Katie Price. There you go.
She's she was with Andre. She's not anymore. Peter Andre.
Damn.
She is in like the magazines like every day. So it seems like if I go to like the newsagent, it's just like her face is splashed all over. She's having like a publicity war between her and Lady Gaga.
Damn, she got 3 kids? Alright, nah, scratch that. Fuck Katie Price. She's a flapper. I'm trying to think of British terms.
Slapper.
Oh, slapper.
Yeah.
Is flapper worse than slapper, or?
A flapper was like used in the 1920s. It just means a girl who likes to party.
In America.
But also, no, I think they also but, and also likes to have sex in public.
I've just watched a video clip of Camilla laughing, and Mr. Eddie's is the sound.
A horse is a horse, of course, of course.
Yep.
Oh, and the galloping feet,
What the hell was Prince Charles thinking? Was he indeed in that can when he married her? Prince Charles in a can? No.
I don't know. Maybe that is a man.
It's Ralph Fiennes. Wait.
It's nap time.
And this is where we.
Yeah.
This is where all the friggin'. Oh no, it's Rupert Everett in a dress. Sorry. Camilla Parker Bowles is Rupert Everett. In fact, they met on the set of St. Trinian's.
Oh, why does everybody hate me?
Is that Charlie boy? Yeah.
Oh man.
Grandson of 3 news articles, I think, today. It was worth reading.
Oh man. Has anyone ever seen St. Trinian's?
No. I know of it.
St. Trinian's, that used to be a real good comedy of school kids, the little terrors.
Yeah, they actually made a movie with Rupert Everett, Colin Firth, David Tennant. Doctor Who was in part 2? Get the fuck out of here. I'm a big fan of David Tennant. I'm sad that he stopped being friggin' Doctor Who. The Scots do a better job at acting than the Brits, if I say so myself. Look at me trying to start a war.
I didn't get that. I was watching a little video clip of Mr. Ed walking with big ears.
It certainly beats my mother the car.
Elephant tabs. Okay. So, how are you going to start a war, did you say?
Oh, I was trying to say that Scottish actors are better than British actors. Because I'm a fan of David Tennant.
Oh, right. Yeah.
Doctor Who.
I thought you might be a fan of Sean Connery.
Oh, yes, he is the best 007 ever.
Yeah, he made a few shillings out of those films, didn't he?
Yes, he did. In fact, it is the most argued who is the best James Bond, and it's Sean Connery is up there.
Yeah, Sean Connery, Roger Moore, I think, probably toss up between them two.
Yeah.
I thought Roger Moore was awful, but never mind.
Who was awful?
Roger Moore was awful. I thought it was a piss take.
Yeah, well, he played Bond as an old English gentleman, didn't he? Rather than
yeah, he played it like a twat. I mean, let's just be serious about that.
It was like he was a drunk. Yeah, it was like he was always drunk.
Yeah, but he had played the Saint on television. They were trying to destroy the Saint. That's why they created James Bond in the first place. Was to get rid of the idea of the Saint, and so they may have forced him to play it like that. That's where Roger Moore comes from. He played the Saint on television.
I don't know.
Yeah, I remember those series, The Saint.
But the movies were even better, the ones from the 30s. 40s.
Yeah.
Leslie Charters wrote the books. That's what they were trying to get rid of. A guy from the secret societies, from the mystery schools, who had been... his commission was over in the military in England, and so he retired and he turned on the mystery school people and was freeing people from the bonds of Masons and other Illuminati-type criminals. That's the point of the Saint. And they had to bring up James Bond just to get rid of that character because, idea of fighting the New World Order had to be stopped.
Yeah, yeah. The different writers.
James Bond is the bad guy in the movie. People think James Bond's a good guy. He is the bad guy. He's the criminal.
Mm.
Damn, Mr. T is only 58?
Yeah.
Wow.
But summer never came that year. It's what you went to find, and you took my future with you.
I didn't know that. BP has ages ago started drilling a relief well to intercept and isolate the oil well that's spilling out into the US Gulf of Mexico. It began on Sunday, May the 2nd.
Yeah, where the hell have you been?
Well, I didn't know about the intercept one. Obviously, it didn't work. It just means you get 2 leaks, doesn't it? Genius!
Hey, if we're gonna do in America, if you're gonna do something, we're gonna do it big. Fuck you, fuck the rest of the world.
Yeah.
We go hard or we don't go at all, is our saying.
BDP still getting leases for drilling in the Gulf.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, June 17th.
Yeah, because
I'm trying to find.
they gave money to Obama. Of course they're gonna do. And we thought we won the Revolutionary War. Nah, you guys just waited a couple hundred years to fuck our shit up. Genius!
Oh, today BP announced that it will donate the net revenue it receives from the sale of oil recovered from the MC252 spill to the National Fish and Wildlife Foundation.
Yeah, bullshit. Translation: we're going to be donating to the Fish and Wildlife Reservation from the oil record. Yeah. Oh, yeah, BP's doing something nice. No, they're gonna just take the profits that you already paid for them. Pay to them, excuse me.
Yeah, it's just a hush up operation. It's just, oh, they can't be that bad. They're paying, they're paying to charity now, and they're paying out of the oil recovered from the oil spill. I don't mind.
Little did they know, some Brooklyn Puerto Rican with fucking sarcasm and just anger was able to figure them out. Yeah, okay. Wow. The French are crazy. A prisoner who killed his cellmate and devoured his lung with fried onions put France's troubled prison system under critical new scrutiny Tuesday. 39-year-old Nicholas Kokagian, I don't know how to fucking pronounce that. Koka-I-G-N? How the fuck do you pronounce that? Fuck the French. Is on trial for the murder of Thierry Baudry, whom he punched and stabbed with a pair of scissors. How you punch someone with scissors? Anyway, stabbed with a pair of scissors and suffocated with a rubbish bag before cutting him open with a razor blade. Jesus Christ. And how the hell was he able to fry up a lung? They in France they got like fully kitchens. I mean, is everyone in France a chef? What the fuck is that about?
Yeah, what's that you're walking with? Oh, it's just a lung, human lung.
Man.
You know, with all like guts dripping off it and a bit of a sternum there, bit of the old ribs and stuff. Yeah, anybody want any ribs as well to go with that lung?
Yeah, cheers. After removing a rib, how do you pronounce that? Cocaign.
Cocaine. Cocaine, it is pretty much. Cocaign. Yeah, cocaine. It's basically cocaine.
Okay, cocaine pulled out a lung, which he mistook for his victim's heart. What a dumb fuck. I guess biology isn't a popular subject in France.
My God, this man have two hearts. Two hearts. He's a freak.
He must be a Time Lord.
Yes. I'm glad I killed him now.
Yes. Now who's gonna save us from the Daleks? Anyway, God, I'm such a fucking nerd. Ate part of it raw, then fried the rest of it with onions on a makeshift stove in his cell. Wow, he's pretty fucking. Cocaine is a hell of a prisoner. He's pretty smart. He's like MacGyver. Okay. A psychotic MacGyver. There you go. The court will hear findings. Yeah, seriously. Wouldn't you think this is like an open and shut case? Hey, what you eating? Nothing. Says some guy's lung. How's it taste? Needs garlic. There you go. On the first day of the trial, Cocaine testified that authorities ignored his appeals for psychological help. Oh, yeah, this will prove it. I'm gonna eat somebody's fucking lung. God.
That would prove to the world that I'm saying. Yeah.
Well, insane.
probably.
Yeah, I got too confused, didn't they?
No
Yeah,
one, no one was
Insane is
listening.
he's in the realm of sanity. That's what he's thinking.
No one was listening to me, the bearded, heavily tattooed detainee told the court. I made several appeals for help, saying I was a man capable of being dangerous. I took action and then they took me seriously. The prison director, Yves Bidet, will take the witness stand on Tuesday after a coroner confirmed the circumstances of Baudry's death by multiple stab wounds and strangulation. Cocaine was saying that motherfucker was delicious. I mean, how do you season lung? Is human lung a delicacy in France? If so, I'm staying the hell away from there. Fuck the Eiffel Tower. God. I mean, the worst criminal you guys ever had was Bronson, and he never ate nobody. He just, like, get oiled up and fight people. Is Bronson still in jail though?
Oh yeah, Charles Bronson, the
Yeah.
actor.
No.
Death Wish.
No. No, what's his name? Hold on, let me get his real name. They call him Bronson.
Okay.
Michael Gordon Peterson is his name. They call him Charlie Bronson.
Bald guy with a moustache and beard sometimes.
Yep. There you go. Fucking crazy people. It's like, yeah, we're gonna eat your lung. I'm gonna prove I'm nuts by freaking eating somebody. Jesus. I would have started flinging shit like a gorilla, but that's just me.
I think he's still inside. On 28th of April 2010, BBC News reports that artwork by Bronson was displayed on the London Underground at Angel Station from 26th of April 2010 for 2 weeks. His work has since been removed by an unknown party. There's a movie out of him called Bronson, which inside his life, yeah.
I saw that. Artwork, wow.
Yeah, he writes poetry as well.
Huh.
I stab you, you scream out, I stab you again, and you die.
What a silly place this UK is. Over here, he wouldn't have had all the fanfare. We would have just stuck him in a hole, and people would have forgot about him. No movie, no nothing.
I guess you know what's they.
He's in a band. I'm not sure about this one. When moustaches are outlawed, only outlaws will have moustaches. He's got a song called My Moustache. It's a guy called Michael Peterson, I think it's the same.
Damn, who's wheezing? And are we actually doing a live show?
Yeah,
Wow, this is just like the laziest shit I ever heard.
I know.
And she never once had shown it. And she took him off the street.
It's great, isn't it? Sort of ran out of material after 2 hours.
Damn. And yet you guys gotta keep going until 4.
I could just Skype.
Wow. And where's the Stratiosa and where's the Caribbean Critic?
Actually,
Oh, sleeping. So that's why I hear. That's why I hear snoring.
Yep.
I don't think this thing is gonna go anywhere if you guys are like this disorganized. Why don't you just cut it down to 2 hours? I mean, that's what I would. That's what I would do. Yeah, 30-minute jammy. Yeah. If not, I'm just gonna start playing music.
Yeah.
All right, anyway, everybody, this is Low Key with his song "Abomination."
Don't play music. I play music underneath the show.
Oh, shit. What?
There's coordinated music underneath the show. In fact, we're listening to music now. We just don't know it.
Yeah, this what? Knowing you probably put some like shit from like the 50s.
No. We had a little slow-mo show on the other day. It was amazing. It was not Dark Side. It was By the Light of the Moon and let's see, Will the Wolf Survive and A Time to Dance. And then The Neighborhood. I'm working up another show starting with Kiko.
I hate you with all my heart.
Why?
I don't know.
You don't like them?
I don't. I just don't
rock.
understand. Where did you learn your craft?
Well, I'm not a Mason, so I have no craft.
You sure? You know you have to tell the truth.
I'm not a Mason.
Okay.
No craft.
Yes. Have you ever given a woman an STD?
No, I don't have one to give it.
Okay.
Why?
Ladies?
Do you get bonus points?
Yeah.
Oh, cool.
Yeah. Do you get physically turned on by dead animals?
No.
Okay, I'm interviewing the president of the American Freedom Society. I mean, American Freeman Society. Yes. Are you on the lam?
No. Love.
Yes.
You're not sitting on a lamb at the moment.
Do you think women who have been raped should be punished the same as their rapists?
No.
Okay. What do you say when you see your TV floating in midair?
Huh.
My TV does not move.
I'm just saying, hypothetically speaking.
Bye. I'm getting another television. I don't know.
No? Freeze, nigga.
Oh.
Right. I got nothing. I just got me a punching bag. I want to put it together. So I could start hitting shit. Because apparently it's illegal to punch people in the face that piss you off.
Yeah.
Oh.
I blame Obama.
That's unlawful in the first place.
Well,
It breaks one of the 3 laws.
well.
Yeah, blaming Obama is unlawful.
Oh, it is.
No.
Yeah.
Obama, you can blame all you want because he's not even the president.
Yes.
Yep.
So someone could come up to your face, call you a spick, and you can't do nothing about it?
Well, the thing is, that would be inaccurate for me, but
Okay, well, I'm talking in hypothetical. Come on. Work with me, please.
you can't harm people, you can't destroy property or steal it, and you can't use force and fraud in your contracts.
Okay.
Everything else is open season.
Alright. So I could pretty much,
See, yeah, but the 3 laws cover most things anyway.
How about antiquing somebody? Have you ever antiqued somebody?
You mean with a chain or
No.
No.
Now you take flour while they're sleeping and you throw it on their face.
Oh, no, I've never done that.
It's hilarious. Because they wake up all caked up. It's fun. It's fun. We do it for fun. No? Okay.
No.
I mean, look it up on YouTube. Antiquing. It's hilarious.
I always thought that was a gay activity when you go to, like, antique shops and stuff.
No. I mean, I'm pretty sure that's accurate as well. But this is another activity also called antiquing, which involves throwing white powder on someone's face while they slumber.
Creepy. I can't see right now. My one eye is really hurting really bad.
Your brown eye?
He's red eye.
No.
Sauron. The eye is Sauron.
You know, if your brown eye is hurting, maybe you should stop seeing that guy.
No, it's contact lenses.
Oh. What they're contacting with.
His brown eye.
Oh. I shit in 2020. God damn it. Yeah. Yeah! And now, a message from Tim Refat.
Go for it.
It is. It is. Hey, Lenny.
What?
It is.
Some people enjoy the show for the great music behind it. You know? I don't know what they're hearing right now, but it'll be great.
I got a feeling I just got my ass edited out of the show. and the thought was going, that could be. With special guest, Louis B. Ooh, hot chick. Yeah, I met this chick off of Craigslist. Hopefully she doesn't try to charge me.
No, it's not good.
Yeah, I'm getting tired of chicks like me meeting chicks and like, so it's $150 for the hour. I'm like, what?
Right.
I was here for a date. Yeah.
They should tell you how much they charge in advance.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, I'm tired of the sneaky shit. Like, well, then you need to give me money for me coming over here for nothing. Like, you should have said what? I think, and then I have to do the Freeman thing. I do not contract with you.
Yeah.
I did not contract for illegal activities. This goes against the whole thing because, you know, hey.
That goes against the whole license to kill thing.
Yeah. So yeah, I'm hoping she doesn't charge me because she's half Puerto Rican, half Filipino. So yeah, just imagine. In fact, well, technically, Filipinos are like Asian Puerto Ricans anyway, so she's like pretty much, I guess, 100% Puerto Rican. And damn it, Lenny, did you sleep last night?
Not really.
Damn. Here I am, freaking trying to give you some good material, and he's like, I got the freaking Caribbean critic freaking snoring over there. Just.
Well, this is the Nap with the Freeman show. No.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm just getting myself warmed up for my show at 7 p.m.
Yeah.
Eastern Standard Time.
That's on TalkShoe.
Yeah, it's on TalkShoe. Yeah, TalkShoe.com/TC/23980.
Yep.
Or
we're on TalkShoe too.
Yeah, or you could listen to Crash Out Radio on crashoutadio.com/listen live if you don't want to sign up for TalkShoe, because TalkShoe, signing up for shit is shows your papers.
Well, the thing is, that's why I came up with Lenny Bruce. I fill out all my stuff as Lenny Bruce all the time.
That's why I came up with Louis B, because I'm too lazy to think of another variation of my name.
Yeah. When I got my current bank account, I was standing there with my father, and they said, "Well, what's your mother's maiden name?" And I said, "Kitchenberg." And my father was looking at me like, "What is wrong with you?" And he even said it. It's like I mistakenly answered Lenny Bruce's mother's maiden name. I'm so used to filling it out wrong, on the internet, because I would never give out my personal information,
Exactly. Why should you? I mean, that's just so freaking
right.
Oh, check this out. Australian government to force internet users to install state-approved app-approved software. Australians will be forced to install antivirus and firewall software on their computers before being allowed to connect to the internet under new plan to fight cybercrime. And if their computer did get infected, internet service providers like Telestra and Optus could cut off their connection until the problem was resolved.
How will they verify that they're infected?
I don't know.
I mean, will they have their own way of scanning into your computer, or will they create the virus so the virus will identify itself? Or?
Yeah, I guess it sounds like it. Those are the two recommendations to come from a year-long inquiry into cybercrime by the House of Representatives Standing Committee on Communications. Results of the inquiry, titled Hackers, Fraudsters, and Botnets Tackling the Problem of Cybercrime, were released last night in a 260-page report. Man. In her foreword, committee chair Belinda Neal said cybercrime has turned into a sophisticated underground economy. In the past decade, cybercrime has grown from the nuisance of the cyber-smart hacker into an organized transitional crime committed for vast profit, and often with devastating consequences for its victims. Ms. Neal said during its inquiry, the committee heard a growing number of Australians were being targeted by cyber criminals, and the increasing internet speeds were likely to make the situation. Okay, American joke coming, and now they sent in the Superhuman Cyber Squad to help deal with this. No one's ever watched Superhuman Cyber Squad with Matthew Lawrence.
No, I've never seen that.
Yeah, Superhuman Cyber Squad. Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
So it's much
The viruses
superhuman
are made by the
cyber
government,
into-
Microsoft, and Symantec. Notice they don't hit the TV networks. They all use Mac.
So you say Mac users could get around all this crap that
Get around it? We haven't had a virus since 1989. And that was just a demonstration, I think. I don't think it was a real virus.
It's also heard the problem was costing Australian businesses as much as $649 million a year. The committee looked at several different examples of cybercrime, including hacking, phishing, malware, and botnets. Among its final 34 recommendations were the creation of an around the clock cyber crime helpline. Changes to the law to make unauthorized installation of software illegal. Companies who release IT products with security vulnerabilities should be open to claims for compensation by consumers. Well, guess what's happening? The shutdown of the internet is finally complete in Australia.
Yeah.
We lived in the house that made America famous. It was a rundown slum, the shame of all the decent folks in town.
Another of its recommendations was to create a new e-security code of practice that would define the responsibilities of internet service providers and their customers. The code of practice would see companies like Telestra give their customers security advice when they sign up and inform them if their computer ever appeared to be compromised. For their part, customers will have to install antivirus and firewall software before their connection was activated and endeavor to keep their software up to date. If customers' computers was infected by malware, the service provider could introduce gradual restrictions and eventually cut off their internet connection entirely until the machine was remediated. So there you go.
Right?
So it's like your machine's a criminal.
Yeah.
And it needs a remedy, yeah.
Yeah, fuck Australia.
Yeah, like a remedial sentence, isn't it? You know, when you do, like, community service. They got my computer painting walls. I can't even play solitaire.
I have to buy porno in magazine formats? This is stupid.
The pictures don't even move.
The hell? Oh, damn, Caribbean Critic is fucking snoring.
Probably me.
This is the best part of the show!
Yeah.
Hello, folks.
Listen to the American Freedom Radio Show. American Freeman Radio Show, where you could catch some Z's.
Hey, nobody ever advertises that. They're all afraid of dead air and stuff like that. We're not afraid of that because of the beautiful music behind us. We had Black Sabbath on the other day too.
Yeah.
Great. I like dead air. People love me for my radio silence anyway.
Yeah, we're doing our bit to save the environment. You see, dead air means like no.
Yeah, think how many carbon credits we're saving by not talking.
Yeah.
Ah, wow.
I mean, the benefits are just endless.
Yeah.
It's a gimmick we have, dead air.
Yeah, well, I do a 1 hour show, so I gotta keep talking for a whole solid hour. I used to do 2 hours, but I was like, oh god, I ran out after an hour 30. I was like, shit, what am I gonna do for the rest? Alright, we're ending it early, fuck it.
Some days are easier than others.
Yeah. Radio is hard, though.
Not as
It's
hard as
good.
television.
I finally took pictures of my keychain. I got the memory card for it today. So it's like a 1/4 inch thick, and it's 1 inch by 2 inches, and it works. I filmed a little video in the apartment here, and I took some pictures. It works. It's USB powered. Battery. It didn't come with memory, so I couldn't test it out until today. I went and bought some memory. But it's a little spy camera. You're going to be able to walk into court with that. I don't really have a court case of any kind, so I'll never test it out that way. But you can film things that are going on. It's an audio recorder and a camera. And 2 of the buttons are dummy buttons, which are to trick people. They don't do anything. I still have to figure out totally how it works. Just by pressing buttons, I made a little movie and took some pictures, but I didn't know why I did it. You know, I didn't know which buttons did what.
Are there some upskirt shots?
You know, I haven't tried that, but I only got the memory today, so maybe I'll go out to the mall and see what I can do.
Yay! That sounds like fun.
Yeah. It's so small, it's not even believable as a garage door opener.
It's like you just run into the women's bathroom, take a picture of them crapping there or something, whatever.
That's not really my big thrill in life, just to do that. I don't do that, but I'm sure for someone else they could try it out.
There'll be some racy pictures of Vicious Monster.
Yeah, but a lot of pictures of Vicious Monster, I guarantee that.
Huh.
He's the best cat.
Ah. Oh, you have you named your cat Vicious Monster?
Yeah.
Oh.
He is great. It's ironic because he's the sweetest, nicest cat in the world. So I had to give him a tough name in case he ran into some other cats.
Yeah. What's your name, Vicious Monster?
Right.
Hi. Hi, guys. Do you want to be friends? I'm a Vicious Monster. Yeah.
Irony is the height of hip comedy, as you know. It's the opposite of the truth.
Yeah, I guess I'm not so ironic because I named a cat Psycho because he was an actual psycho because he'd be running around climbing over shit, just tearing through the house.
No, I got this one from day one, and he's been friendly and sweet from day one. So I knew Vicious Monster was the right name for him.
Nah.
And it is funny. He won't talk on air, I keep trying.
Meow.
Yeah.
Lenny, it's the cat. Wow.
My cat could turn a good guitar, though.
No, sometimes I do listen to the show a little bit, and the dead air from us is good because sometimes the show is such a sing-along. You know. You just wish we'd stop talking.
More content. We want more content. We want more content.
No.
Stop being lazy.
But, no, I've been upgrading my music a lot, too, and there's all these remastered versions of albums and stuff, since there is no new music. And, you know.
Yeah, I understand.
Apparently I was downloading too much video before, so now I'm just, before they shut the internet down, I'm getting all the rest of the music I didn't get. And it's great, I use that news so you don't have to give back. I love the news groups.
Is that Twitter?
No, that's my BlackBerry. I'm talking to this chick I met off of Craigslist.
How can you not have an iPhone?
How can I not have an iPhone? Because an iPhone costs like fucking $500.
Not really. AT&T subsidizes the price.
Yeah, well, I'm not going back to AT&T. AT&T is too fucking
Well,
expensive.
the other thing is you can you can get them off eBay, and then they're unlocked, and you can just once you jailbreak it, you can unlock it too, and then you can go to any provider you want.
That's the thing. It doesn't work with IDEN technology.
With what?
IDEN technology.
I don't know.
No, it doesn't.
Nope.
No, because I have Boost Mobile. It's prepaid.
Oh.
If that was the case, I would have just and plus I would have to get a. Plus, their internet is slow. They don't support iPhones. Well, 3G, but they don't support iPhones. I forgot something else. And I'm not.
There's a way around most of this. You have to get into the jailbreak community. The jailbreaking is so much fun. Because you can get any one of the pay programs for free, and then you could also get the programs Apple won't allow.
What do you mean?
Well, the entertainment industry has a gun to Apple's head, so they have all these weird restrictions on the Apple Store. So since you're not going to buy them anyway, you can have anything that's in the Apple Store for free. Plus, there's the jailbreak community has its own way of distributing software. So when Apple rejects a program, it goes to the jailbreak community. So there's all these programs that Apple won't allow, like MAME, the arcade machines.
Yeah.
It's just like when you do it on your computer, except you can play like real Pac-Man, or real Galaga, or you can. they've got the other consoles. They even have PlayStation, where it's a lot of memory. But if you put PlayStation cartridges on the iPhone, there's emulators that you can use that play the PlayStation.
Wow.
It's that good. And then the new iPhone, the iPhone 4, has a little better resolution. So the resolution's awfully good on the one now. I have the iPod Touch. I refuse to get a cell phone, so I get all the benefits without having to have a cell phone. And then, like, even when I was out, I had to call Don, one of our hosts here, to get a telephone number. I use Skype right in the middle of Staples.
Oh.
So you can still make calls.
Well, yeah, you were using a Wi-Fi connection.
Yeah, I have Skype out, for the show here. I pay like $2. I can call any telephone number with Skype. So the iPod Touch still works as a phone in a way, if there's Wi-Fi. But they offered the iPhone 4 update today for everybody that doesn't have the iPhone 4 hardware, which is just came out right away. But I have to jailbreak mine. I haven't updated yet. The big deal with that is that you can do backgrounding. You can send a program into the background. And also, like, it already read PDF books, but it was a drag to put them on there. I mean, you can still do it, and I had some on there. But now, besides managing the audiobooks, which I make all the radio shows into audiobooks. I just label them audiobooks, so then it remembers where they are when you hit pause. It also manages PDF books in the same area. So you can carry your copy of, like, Black's Law Dictionary or, Fritz Springmeier with you on the road. Pretty cool. But the whole backgrounding of apps, you can have, like, Skype in the background, waiting to take a call. That'd be pretty cool. And then they haven't introduced the iPod Touch 4, but I can't wait for that. I'll just go out and buy that. I won an auction for this last one I got. I never do auctions, but I just, I thought I'd gamble in there and try it. There's this woman downstairs. I mean, of all the fuss they gave me about the census and health departments, so the census could get in, lying to the health department, this woman yells for 16 hours a day downstairs. Is that not against some law somewhere, some statute, some act, and nobody ever does anything? I'm the bad guy in the building somehow. Bullcrap.
Okay.
Because I didn't fill out the census.
Do you know Jason Michael?
Yeah.
He sent me a message. Yo, I'm trying to look at the videos you posted about World Freeman Society, but it says they were in breach of the user agreement. Tried a torrent too, but there are no seeders. Any chance you can help me out? I don't know what the hell he's talking about.
All the World Freeman Society ones are on Google Video, and then there's a new YouTube channel too, and they're not taken down, are they? If they were taken down, they were taken down today. But they've been up for years now. Really? I'm gonna go check.
Yeah.
I have to get up out of bed now. You wouldn't believe how much my eye hurts today.
Oh, snap.
What?
He's like, he didn't check the Google video.
Yeah, it's Google Video.
Oh, wait. Oh, he's looking at my video, my account?
Have your videos been taken down?
No, I don't have World Freeman Society videos on my account.
If you have videos that are taken down because they've got content from different things, I can show you the way to... There's a way of posting a protest in the YouTube system, and your videos come back right away. It's called fair use, but you have to word it the right way. I've done it for other people, and they get their videos back right away. So don't let your videos be taken down, and I'll tell you how to fix it. And everybody panics when their videos get taken down, but they don't know how to put them back up. They won't bug you anymore.
Say where he went to my wrong YouTube account.
Here's the World Freeman Society videos. I'll paste them to you, paste them to him. Man, I am blind. I gotta go to the eye doctor again. Cannot believe it's this bad.
Are you a diabetic?
No, it's contact lens problems. I took them out today just to fix it, but... Oh my god, it hurt. No, I'm not a diabetic.
Oh, Planned Parenthood, $2.3 billion from the government. Fresh, rusty hangers for all. Whee! Even though I do believe some people shouldn't have kids.
No, who's the one who decides that? That's bad.
But that is true.
You see that? Should I paste it to you directly? All those links? Those are the videos. They're still there. I don't know what he's talking about.
Oh, it was Iconoclast that had them?
What are you talking about?
Jason Michael. Oh, yeah, my mistake. It was Iconoclast who had them. Mixed you two up. Don't even know who Iconoclast is now. Yeah.
What is he talking about? He's just creating problems.
That ain't me. Yeah. Iconoclast was smearing World Freeman Society, and they were legally taken down for slander.
Yeah, it was slander and libel. It was a unique combo of slander and libel because it was in print and by voice.
Mm-hmm. But into the return of World Freeman Society.
They weren't official videos. They were just trying to slam us for no reason.
Yeah, he's just dumb. And I think I'm done with talking about Iconoclast. He's a fucking dumb fuck.
Yeah.
Ugh. Makes me friggin' sick.
That Jason's always looking for trouble now. He's just so desperate for trouble. It's like he's just desperate to try to say something awful. I don't know why.
Oh, you know him?
Yeah, we know who that is.
Jason
He jumped
Michael
on the wrong side of
Thomas.
a controversy.
Oh, man. Alright. Oh, word, didn't mean to mix you two up.
That's on purpose so you'll say it on the show. Just quit talking about it. I need to help this part out.
Bleach anime episode 2276 rather. Subtitled Excitement! Excitement! Oh!
Yes.
I was doing comparisons between Gundam 00. It's officially called Gundam 00, but I call it Gundam 00 because it's like double agents. And identified myself as Alleluia Baptism. And who did I decide you were?
Oh my goodness, what the hell? I don't know what you're talking about. I don't know, my friend. What the hell are you talking about? You are angering the gods and shit.
That's that John D. came up with 007.
Yeah, 00, yeah, 00 is 00. The 00 just means they're double agents.
And I'd like to thank everyone for listening to the World Freeman Society Radio. I'm sorry we've bored you or confused you.
Oh, it's 4 o'clock already.
Oh,
Now it's
no!
time to say goodbye to all our family. FUC. K.
I was just thinking about that, yeah. That's great.
INGYOU. Fuck you. Fuck you.
Yeah, that's great.
That's gonna get us.
Closing credits for the show.
The worst part is I have to identify myself as a responsible party, and I have to be responsible for all the stuff Louis says.
The views expressed by Louis B are very much agreed upon by Estratios.
Yeah, I write his material. I just don't want to say it myself.
No, you don't write my material. You're not Jew enough to do that.
Oh, great. Okay, well, our address is tinyurl.com/WFS podcast. And if you want to learn more about Maggot, don't worry, you can go to tinyurl.com/mymaggot. And I'm your responsible party, Stratius Constantine, and I'm going to take us off the air early because I need to go to sleep.
And you listeners cannot handle much more of this excitement, we know.